We back. Let's go. We back. Let's go. All right. Let's get this going. Mark should be here in a second. He already popped in for 1 second. He's going to be back. If you don't know, this guy's here right now. I'm going to pull him up here. Let's get on the Instagram at the same time. Bam. Let's do this. All right. There we go. Yep. We on. We on. Let's go.
Good to be back.
Good to be back, bro. We got some Jerry playing.
Nice.
All right. Anyway. Hello to everybody. See, all right. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I've been here too, to be honest. So
Been a minute.
Last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I ended up going up and seeing Fish in Albany. So that was that. My birthday. Went and saw David Gilmour. But we back. You know, we back. What up, Mike Zook? Let's go. Actually, I was with this guy up in Albany. The guy just threw up on the screen. So
Fish played Box of Rain.
I mean, rest in peace, Bill, bro. Like, you should have.
I saw that.
Up there.
Made my heart leap.
Bro,
so happy.
being there.
I knew they were going to. They had to pay him an homage.
They had to. Like, being okay. I was in Hampton when they broke out. Like, I heard they did help Slip Franklin's. We drove down there, got to see the Dark Star. That energy, that, like, you know, the Unbroken Chain in Philly, you might have been there. Like, that type of energy is how it felt.
I was there, and I can remember I had a feeling they were going to do it. It was a random thought. And when Phil broke into the first notes, his bass line of it, you couldn't hear the song for the first minute. The spectrum ignited. I've never experienced any rush like that in a lifetime, and I'm so glad I was there, dude. Oh my God.
Exactly. You know, that was it, bro. Unbroken Chain and the Dark Star back in Hampton '89. But just, you know, that's how it felt in the Fish show when they started with Box of Rain, because so everybody was, you know, listen, the whole park, everybody had dead shirts on that day. We all found out on our way, or in the car. I found out, and it was just this whole, you know, you just felt it in the air. One a dry eye on the place, you know.
That's what it's all about, man. It's about that communal sense of oneness that's lacking with, you know, with all the division. And when moments like that happen and you get to be a part of it, it affects you in ways you're not even aware of subconsciously. I just think it makes you much more open to being adventurous, free thinking, and think outside the box. But yeah, wow.
Agreed. You know,
yeah, I'm stoked you got to see that.
Yeah, it was a sight to be seen, man. It was great. It was.
And not to mention how well that they are playing. They're just been on fire the past 2 years. Fish.
Bro, it's funny because my brother like is like, he don't really, you know who my brother, you talk to him. He doesn't really like Fish.
Great.
We walked out of Albany and he was like, I don't understand why I didn't like this band before.
No, dude, you converted him?
Oh yeah, dude. He's listening to like he is so on Fish right now.
He broke my balls for so much Fish. That's so awesome because it happens that way, man. I had a lot of friends who were like total deadheads. They didn't even want to acknowledge the other band was there. And it only boiled down to getting them in the car and getting them to the venue to see a show. But that's cool, man. I'm glad he came around. That's good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he went to you know, he's seen Fish with me a bunch of times. It was that the whole vibe of those Albany shows was just like, you know, indoors, like he's seen them outdoors, the boxer, the whole, bro, it was just, they were that good. Albany was that, all 3 nights were just next level.
Well, They're a hard sell sometimes for people that haven't heard them, because some shows they'll play a lot of the earlier esoteric things that people might think, is goofy. It's a little off-putting, but
Right.
if they have a jam-packed show, sometimes they can have, be a good show for the first time for somebody to experience it. They have the right song selections. What I meant to say.
Yeah, no, I'm with that, and I try
Yes.
Trey, not to like go off on a whole thing about Fish, but Trey is like us, he was like Jerry. Like, for anybody that doesn't know, he used, like, he's been clean. The new songs, there's so many songs now that have to do with like just life. The old Fish shit was a joke, a lot of it was a joke. It's fun. But the new shit, like, a lot of the newer stuff is just really lyrically there. It just is, and I didn't so feel that way back in the day. Some of the stuff is a little goofy, but I
Showing
appreciate
me
it.
showing musical maturity is a good thing. A lot of people call it dad rock, but we'll end on that note. I'm glad you got to see the shows and have fun with your brother. That's
Oh yeah.
clutch.
Okay, so how many people are in here? It's only like 25 people. Hey, you guys over on Instagram, you guys should just come over to the YouTube. I tell you guys this every Wednesday night. Well, this is the first Wednesday I've been back, but if you guys are on YouTube, on Instagram, JohnTron, Aloha, True Dope, Exotic Alchemy. You guys should come over to the YouTube. If I do a giveaway or two tonight, we'll do it on the YouTube. You guys won't be able to enter on Instagram. So let's try to get everybody over here tonight. We're gonna have some good conversations here about new drops. I think we could talk a little bit about the Grateful Head. We could talk a little bit about
Definitely.
that. Okay.
Yep.
So we're gonna let you guys know a little bit about what he's going on with those guys. I'm sure you guys know who Lucky Dog is, and we'll touch base on that. First, we're gonna talk a little bit about genetics, and let you guys get questions in if you guys have any questions. But first, for anybody that doesn't know who this is, I'm gonna let him introduce himself, and we'll go from there.
Hey everybody, it's Marcus Aurelios 95. I run Golden Road Seed Company. You can find me on Instagram on either page, Golden Road Seed Co. or Marcus_Aurelios 95 on Instagram. Good to be here.
Good to have you back. So this will be the second time that I've had Marcus on, and last time I know we probably wish we had more time. The time goes by really fast. We've already been here almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep him as long as possible tonight. We'll have Dank Genetics as long as he responds and sees the message. He's supposed to be here afterwards, so I figure we'll go as long as we need to. I know it'll go by really fast. So what's up, Potbelly? What's up, Sean? What's up, Blair? Don't worry about it, Elliot. I felt the same way, It's all good. Okay, so we could talk a little bit about the new drop. And I want to make sure you guys are aware. Any questions that you guys have, he's been doing this a very long time. He's a really good person to ask some questions to. He's outdoor. I know he's outdoor. He's done indoor as well. He's in Oklahoma. He's in Oklahoma. So, whether it's questions about growing outdoors or his, how his new, whatever it is, man, no question is a bad question for anybody that's in here. That's maybe a new grower. And, I really want to get into his genetics a little bit as well. The new drop. I think we just did it. There's one drop that we have on the site already. And then he has another new drop that's up. And like I said, there's a lot of new breeders out there. Mark's one of the guys that's actually working with older genetic stuff you guys have probably been looking for. I really like to do these Wednesday nights to bring some awareness to the breeders that I work with. You guys know how Instagram is. It's really difficult lately. It's hard to post stuff without it getting taken down. It's hard to promote the way that I like to on certain breeders. So this is the platform I like to use to do that. So, we'll jump right in because I see Bernard has a question already. So we could start there. And it's open to any questions. I'll say it through the night because I don't want people to come in and not realize that's what this is. It's basically an open forum for you guys to ask whatever is on your mind, any questions you guys have. Okay, so do you have a particular IPM regimen for your outdoors you don't mind sharing?
No, not at all. And I'm in Oklahoma, and I think it's like a misconception that it's flat and dusty. So where I'm at's a little unique. It tends to stay on the dry side during fall, which is a bonus. But being from the East Coast, I thought we had bad bug problems here. They are next level, so you got to be vigilant with the IPM. So to summarize it, it's almost every other day, and I alternate with just Dr. Zymes, wettable sulfur during veg, and then on the other days, BT. And I can't even say it enough. For budworms, you have to be vigilant with it and be a little more daring to go further into flower than you may like, because there really isn't a lot of residual. But the BT is a must for the worms, and I mean, it's difficult when you have big plants to get all the undersides and everything, but you got to get up in there and actually take the time to be effective to get the eggs and stuff. But that's pretty much it. This year I changed things up a little bit, and I'm using the Slow Nickel Cal 50 product and his boron. And you can see in my feed, we were really blessed with a year where all the outdoor looked like indoor. It was all stayed neon green as it's curing, doesn't oxidize and stuff. So that was pretty much the key components. I used recycled living soil, amended with chicken manure, and I added some FPJ in moderation and labs, lactic acid bacteria, to the point where I was seeing mushroom growth in my soil during. So that's it in a nutshell. It's a real simple IPM. As far as newts, it was the Slow Nickel products I mentioned, in Organics Alive, Newt Regimen, their whole line. Simple.
Right, let's go to Mike. I'm not sure if that's a question, right? I'm an AZ. When is too cold? Oh, when is too cold to grow outdoors, like temperature wise? I guess he's asking.
That is a great question, and you can benefit if you stage the timing right, multiple harvest, where I couldn't do that on the East Coast. So, for example, I'm finishing up some Master Kush bubblegum and a seed run outside right now, and I keep them portable because there can be rare nights here in Oklahoma where it goes below freezing. But I just watch the weather and bring them in overnight. I've a heated barn area that works, but it hasn't dipped below freezing, so I'm able to squeeze that crop in. A later crop always looks like indoor because there's less pest pressure, and I believe there's less UV rays. There's a lot more terpenes going on. So also, I'll start plants indoors or clones in early February, and then I'll put them out in March and get a crop then too, so I can get 3 outdoor crops. And this is full sun, mind you, no depth. But the key is to not be bigger than 10 gallons, because you got 50 of them, it's a pain in the ass to move them. So you get a hand truck or a little garden tractor right to the shop, heat's on, you're good to go. When the frost rolls out, in the morning after the first frost, if you get one, you roll them right back out into the sun.
Yeah, yeah. That's good information. I have somebody that comes on that he grows. Yeah, I mean, everybody does it different too. He tries to keep his rows
I
so
did it
cold.
as an experiment just to see what would happen. It was like amazed with the quality of it. I think the late crops are far headier than the full sun, even though the full sun's good.
Why don't breeders sell? Why don't breeders sell male pollen and only seeds? I'm sure you can find breeders that do. It's just they hunted for those males. I mean, I would assume that's probably one of the reasons behind it. I mean, he could answer better than me, but
I've shared pollen with a few people and never put that much thought into it, but it all, it depends on your relationship with the person.
oh no. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I do it privately. I'm not opposed to it. I see people doing it.
Yeah, I think it has to do with keeping it free. The being able to keep
viability.
it. Exactly.
Is an issue, but there's pretty fancy new clone packages that people are sending, so I'm sure you could find a way to finagle a little bit of climate control if you had to send it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm experimenting. Let's go. I think we had one question on Instagram. Listen, I want to let you guys know that Instagram is not connected to this for some reason. It's not. It's just the way it is. So I have to literally look down the phone to see you guys on Instagram. So it just makes sense. So I could put your guys' questions, like how I could do that. I cannot do that on Instagram. I don't see the questions. I have to look down at the phone. I don't mind, but your question most likely will get missed if you don't just come to YouTube. Dark Star Genetic Seed Bank, all one word. YouTube, real easy to find. So let's do that.
I could go on all day about the ridiculous blocking and bans, and just I have a lot of empathy for people that are going through the same damn thing, and we could lose an hour just on that very topic.
Oh, it's the worst, man. Like, it sucks to be treated like children, and it almost feels like I'm in kindergarten with the the timeout, the whole Instagram stuff, the timeouts, the this,
yeah,
the
but
bans.
if you show bestiality or underage fucking booty or bestiality, you're good though. You got nothing to worry about. But don't
Right,
show
and guns and real drugs, man. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I pay for this right here. This I pay for. They're never gonna take me down from here. We could say whatever the fuck we want on here. We could talk about whatever we want.
Oh, dude, I get to drop an F-bomb live. Oh, fuck, man, that's
Absolutely,
good. That felt
you
good
could say,
to
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
they literally have been in like now the lives are monitored for what you're saying too. There's lives that are getting taken down just for the words that are being spoken, which is wild to me. Like, we live in America.
There's some
Just saying.
theories floating around that the powers that be, big pharma and big ag, are data mining everything for some nefarious reasons so that they can get this info for when it gets declassified to Schedule 1. It's kind of a conspiracy theory-ish, but there's some validity to it, because why else, when they know you're not really doing anything nefarious, we're just a bunch of fucking heads that like good weed. They know that. So what is the interest in banning things that the hemp bill dictated, we can do? It's under 0.3. It's hemp.
Right.
Fuck off. Thank you.
Exactly. That's what pisses me off, because it's like showing pictures of fucking flower, no matter what an algorithm says, hemp, that's legal. Like, there's no distinction. Like, they cannot say this is cannabis, this is hemp, because we're past that point. You can't, I could put hemp flower in front of you and you'd be like, yo, that's some fucking dank. And meanwhile, it is, but it's hemp.
Dude, it's prohibition shit all over again. It's like the reefer madness hysteria. If you smoke this weed, you're going to make love to jazz musicians and leave your family. It's fucking bullshit propaganda.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is Bare Bones Billy. So you might know Bare Bones. You might know Billy. He's definitely ahead. When I went to Delaware and saw Fish and Dead and Company, I went and actually ran into him. He's a really good dude. You might know him. I'm not sure, but
I know him from IG. He seems cool as hell. I believe we know each other from IG.
He's really cool guy, bro. His son's birthday. We went to Delaware. It was his son's birthday. It was his 18th birthday, I believe. We had a good time. So, but he wants to know. I came in late. If it's been asked, tell us about Grateful Head. I mean, since the question has arisen, we can go however you want. If we want to talk about, we could be all over the place, man.
I'm still processing that whole thing, and I can't even say enough. It's really an honor and a privilege to be in the same sentence with those guys. They're done great things in the industry and are pioneers for a lot of reasons. So I was initially, took a while to process the whole thing, but basically, what we're up to is off, and the whole thing is meant to be appealing to everybody, to the blue collar people. I think they're really competitively priced. I'm allowed to get into price point for F0 Gen. It's $250, not including the shipping, which is huge, because these guys, everything is so thoroughly screened to the nth degree that when you get a Chem 91 or you get a GG4 or whatever it happens to be, insert name here, that it's going to be what it's supposed to be, and it's also going to be an F0. It's going to have renewed vigor, renewed terpene profile, the whole thing, because as we know, clones suffer from genetic drift. So that's the thing. And I like that not a lot of people on there are high profile, which is really cool, because, we can grow and have some synergy and help each other build each other. I like that. So it's kind of it's a bootstrap company. And I guess that was the most appealing part, was that there really wasn't any corporate shit going on with it, and it was meant to appeal to the blue collar person, price point wise.
And let them know who it's with. For anybody that has not seen the post of Grateful Head,
I
so
can't remember the whole cast, so they'll kill me, but I can remember quite a few of them. It was Skunk
well,
VA, Kevin Jodrey, Dutch Blooms, all star clones, I believe, from SoCal, and I can't remember everybody. There's like 13 or 16 people.
okay, well, the main people that people would know who they are is Kevin Jodrey, Skunk VA, which holds the Chem 91. Skunk VA, which does a lot of work and has preserved the Chem 91. So when you guys see Skunk VA cut, this is one of the people involved. He's involved, and Dutch Blooms. And you guys, for you guys that know Dutch and seen him come through with me a couple times, really good people. I work with Skunk VA. Obviously, you guys have heard of Kevin Jodrey. If you haven't, you should have. So what they got going on, like he said, you guys are going to be able to get these clones at $250 a piece. When the menu comes out, obviously, I'll try to, I know I don't need to help these guys, but I will at least try to let my community and let you guys know.
I brought you up because I always look out for a brother, especially because of 215, all that stuff. He said he was cool with it and open to some discussion about it, that there wasn't any exclusivity at the moment.
Oh, let's go. All right.
I'll set up the conference call. That'd be great.
Okay, hell yeah. So maybe we can, maybe I can be that person that makes sure you guys at least get the menu, see what you guys want, and we'll figure all this out. But I know you guys have been asking me about certain cuts, and this is all tissue culture, like you said. This is all TC cuts. So F0, which means it's never, these are original cuts basically. Like when you're talking about GG4, it's the original cut. When you're talking about whatever the menu is, whatever's on this menu, when he says F0, for you guys that might not understand, this is the original cut. That's what you're getting. It's not cross anything. It's not it's the original cut. So,
and more importantly, I should have added that with the renewed vigor and all the other benefits that they're clean then, with all the junk, God knows what, HLVD, fusarium, tobacco mosaic, the whole litany of pathogens that attack the plant. So it's clean as well, which peace of mind's priceless.
Yeah, and that's what everybody, listen, when we could do a whole thing on just clones and taking in clones and everybody in here. Listen, I know if you guys have taken in clones, because I have these conversations with people all the time, you guys have probably had something come into your garden that wasn't expected. We'll just put it like that. When this happens and you guys are going to be able to go to these menus and look and see what you guys want and grab, you guys know that you guys are covered. All the testing's done. You guys, I'm sure there's going to be a certificate of testing and all that you guys will get with this. And now that, it sort of is amazing for $250, because you see what cuts are going for other places. That is so fair. Tested, certificate of analysis, all that stuff. You guys will get all the COAs on these cuts. So $250.
Really exciting. And I kind of feel it's going to be the wave of the future, because as we know, if anybody's got a mom room and it's got over 20 moms, it takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of space. So the next thing I think that we're going to see a shift to is mother rooms being obsolete in the next 5 to 8 years. And it's going to turn over to cryogenic storage long-term. There's people that do that, or, if you have the finances, you can get a cryogenic freezer, and you can literally hold hundreds of thousands in a very small area of plant material until you're ready to utilize them, use them, or grow them out.
Okay, so here I'm going to go to this. When breeding indoors, we'll be all over the place. You guys can ask whatever you want. We can go back and forth if you guys miss something or you come in, like how, that Billy did. We could always go back to talking about Grateful Heads, but I do want to get to the questions, and I want to talk about his breeding as well, the stuff that's on the site, the stuff we're going to put on the site. And yeah, I did say old genetics, older, old school, old type genetics, as compared to not hype cuts, not hype stuff. That's where you're going to find from him. That's where you're probably going to find on these menus that are going to come out from these guys as well. I'm sure there'll be a mixture of everything, but you'll probably find stuff that you guys haven't been able to find other places because, like I said, the people involved with this are, like he said, these are the OGs. These are people my age and his age, and even a little bit older. These are guys that have been holding and doing this for a long time. So, it's going to be a very cool thing to see.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
when breeding
exciting.
yeah, very exciting. When breeding indoors, do you flower your males and females at the same time?
That is a great question, and here's a really good free tip. The best increases come from allowing the male to flower 2 weeks before putting your female in there, as opposed to flowering them at the same time. And also noteworthy, the majority of my seeds are bred outside because I've noticed increased vigor in seedlings sowed and increased outdoors as opposed to under LED lighting. Now that's, there's probably no actual science to it, but a marked increase in vigor of plants from being bred outside as opposed to LED.
Oh, I definitely think there's a correlation for sure, bro. Like, environmental, where, like, if you're going, yeah, I feel like all that matters. I really do. So, and I feel like I've heard a lot of people agree with that, what you just said. So I feel like that should be, maybe there should be some experiments done or something, because I believe that is exactly what it is,
I do the testing a little backwards, to be honest, because I love outdoor. I run indoor too, but the testing's done outside first. And if they don't hold up or they're not resistant, I always felt like some of these indoor strains just do great, but you take them outside and they fall apart or light depth. So
right.
I do it a little backwards, but it works out because there's a lot of different end users. So to diversify, one guy might only do outdoor, that it's appreciated when they're resistant.
I regrow chronicles. Yes, these are actually my eyes, and I do not wear contact lenses. So now you know.
There you
The
go.
more you know, right? Okay, what's the best advice for popping beans? What's your favorite method?
I get hippie with it, and that's another really good topic. Somebody, bless his soul, gifted me a sealed Sensi seed bank, old stock super skunk. The seal still intact and everything, and I was like, "What am I going to do? Maybe I should go to the lab, attempt embryo rescue." And I swear to God, I just went hippie on it. I felt a vibe, an instinct. I used rainwater and I used the moon chart, and I soaked them overnight in rainwater on the descending moon. And 8 out of the 10 that were in there popped, and they're now plants. And they look spot on to the super skunk seeds I got in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And, a lot of people, even me and Gene commented on the post when he saw them. He's like, "You got lucky. It doesn't look like the later era Sensi seeds when it was like white label to Spain, and it could be anything. You'd end up growing ditchweed when you bought a Sensi seeds pack. Nothing against them, but this did happen. I should know because I got Dutched once or twice over there in Amsterdam. So excited about them. Really excited.
This is a whole. I will tell you this, Ellie. He could talk. He could tell you. He could give you a brief rundown of what tissue culture is. But if you go to my Instagram page and you go look up my conversations with Addie, the geneticist, if you go back on this, my YouTube and look up Addie, the geneticist, I've had 2 conversations with her. She is a geneticist, and we broke down tissue culture in those, in those lives, in those whatever you want to call this podcast, whatever you want to call this. Go back and look up the Addie, the geneticist ones, and you'll, we really break it down. He could tell you quickly, what tissue culture is.
Tissue culture is taking a meristem culture and using a hormone solution to root very small plantlets. And basically, when doing that with the SOP they're using, will also remediate any potential viroids through the procedure. and by no means am I an expert on it. I understand the mechanics of it. So just for further reference, I don't claim to be a whiz on the actual technique of it.
Yeah, and it's, they hold it in like an agar solution. This is where you can store your clones for very long periods of time. So, and the Mary stem, like you could actually bring back plants that might have HLVD, might have some kind of disease. You can go and actually you do the Mary stem, like that's where you take it from, the Mary stem. You go, it might take 4 or 5 cycles until it grows out enough, and then it'll be a clean, the cut will be clean at that point. They do that as well. But those conversations, like I said, go look up the Addy the geneticist conversations we've had.
Also noteworthy is a lot of these 20-plus-year-old clones that have been constantly cut and cut and cut. They'll have genetic drift where a lot of the key attributes about that plant that you loved, you're finding diminished, terps, resin content, all the things. So basically, it restores it to its former glory when it was a first conceived plantlet.
Right. Okay, and that leads right into his question I just put up there. Can you give us the skinny on clone drift? Well, on clone drift, appreciate you.
Clone drip?
Clone drift. I think, yeah, like genetic drift, basically. From clone, from clone to clone to clone, generations down, clone drift.
I believe it's some sort of mutation that a plant can have where it's responding genetically to the environment and altering that genetic over the course of time. I'm sure there's a more analytical definition than I just gave, but I think that's the nuts and bolts.
All right, so he said, my understanding is clones will start at 250, but certainly lead clones will be more expensive, which is determined by the breeder they source from. I don't know if
that is a fact. The base point for the majority are 250. There are exceptions, and I wasn't made privy to what they are, but that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay. Smash that heart button. Let's go. Took a minute to find, even though sub. Okay, Moonbeam. I appreciate letting us know. So 25 to 30. I'm not sure what you're asking there. Sun grown and sunbred is where it's at.
Yeah, it is.
Do you hand pollinate the females outdoors?
Do I hand pollinate them?
Yeah, that's the question.
No, I actually have a spot I can rock out at where nobody's really doing anything outdoor for me to cross contaminate. So I have a spot that's pretty wilderness. I keep them small and just let them rock out in the patch. No hand pollination. When I do increases, they're usually in containers. So a lot of times I'll just walk over with the male and let it rain.
All right, so this question is, so the cultivars that will be available are older strains out of these guys' personal libraries. Am I right? I would assume some would be.
That's a good question. There's some newer modern strains that do well. I don't want to call them hype or anything like that, but it's a pretty diversified lineup. I think there's something for everybody. There's a lot of the old heirloom cuts, as we know and love, probably the whole chem collection, a lot of hazes, things of that nature. But then I can't comment on what the newer ones are. There's a lot of plant material, intellectual property. I can't even remember part of the list.
You guys are going to have a big selection, is the way it sounds. So,
Yep.
I mean, it couldn't just be older. Think about that logically. Really, you have Gary Payton. You have a lot, and I say hype only because they've gotten popular for a reason. I don't necessarily mean hype in a bad way, but you have Gary Payton. You have like a lot of the newer strains that are actually fucking good. I would assume, I haven't seen the menu obviously, but I would assume some of that stuff will definitely be part of it. Because if it was mine, I would want those to be part of it. So,
there's definitely some new heaters. I'm just not remembering at the moment.
In other biology, the more you clone and copy, the more the genetics degrade and become unstable. So that's basically what what he was saying.
Yep.
What up, Carter? Shout out to my brother. Okay, and this leads into us being able to talk a little bit about your genetics now. Is
Yeah.
Spunky Bitch released yet? That cross sounds great.
Yeah, they're out, and that was a culmination of a few wonderful people. The Sour Cut, I'd say, is my favorite iteration of the over the named cuts, I guess. That was sourced from Mr. Bob Hemphill, and it was initially a collab with Gabe Ruth on IG. That's where that started as, and that's at F3 Gen, and that's Mr. Bob Hemphill's Sour D times SFV OG BC3, and it's at F3 Gen, and also shout out to Shabud from 707 for his SFE work. That dude does some great work.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the menu. Let me
Yep.
see. I got to try to pull it up.
I don't even have it in front of me. I might be at a loss. I might, if I need to reference it. Hold on. I think I got it.
I think you sent it to me here. Hold on.
Well, speaking of bands and stuff, I have to rock two phones because Facebook banned me permanently. I had a ton of followers, friends and family, all the things for my music event. So they blocked my IP address on my main iPhone, so I have to post using two phones. It's insane.
Me too, man.
Oh, you have to do that too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, so I will let you guys know. So some of this menu, I'm gonna name out the strains. We'll go through them. Funky Bitch, Jedi Master, the John, Danky Candle, Violet Bureaucrat. I think we said that. I think that was on there last time. Miracle Bubble Mints, Purple Gas, Triangle Burger, Banana Burger, Lime Bubble, Black Strawberry Preserve, F2, and Angel Food Cake. So I do have some of this stuff on my site right now. There's some of the stuff that might not be on my site.
Yep.
That doesn't change the fact that, you guys could always hit him up. I mean, I'm gonna put it on the site. Most likely I'll let you guys use a discount
Well, it can
code.
be. We should have a call tomorrow and figure something out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but some of the stuff is on the site already,
Yep.
Otherwise, like I said, you guys, well, we'll talk about everything, and you're either going to be able to go to him, or I'll give you guys a discount code once we get the rest of the stuff on the site, or we figure it out, and you guys might be able to save a little bit of money. All right, so can't wait to grow that funky bitch outdoors. Wait, let me just get caught up on here. Besides your age, I'm not sure who we old, all right?
I'm old. I'm old as the hills, man.
No, we're not. Just kidding. Need to pop that angel cake. How many times can you clone from a mother before the genetics are off? It's probably
I would say it varies from plant to plant.
strain specific. Yeah, I would think.
And
so.
that's a great question. There should be real science behind some of these. A lot of it's still bro science. That's a really good question.
All right, good. I'm glad you're in here, Dank. I want to make sure you saw the message for the link. I want to make sure you saw that message for the link. Once I'm done with him, you're going to come in. So I'm glad you're here.
What's up, Dank Flo?
Let's go. Okay, so like we were talking about the menu. So
the menu.
Let's just start with the funky bitch. The funky bitch sounds like a fish song to me.
Mr. Bob Hemphill's Sour Cut, which is just, I guess, what my rendition of the perfect sour is in my head, times 707 genetics, SFV OG, BC3. I'm at F3 Gen. And they were bred outdoors. They do great indoors. They make some large colas of gassy frosted out dank. Sour forward terps on some, more OG terps on, I guess, the other end of the spectrum. And they are outdoor hardy. Recommended.
And this is why I said earlier,
you can see them. You can see them on my feed too. There's a post that shows a whole bunch of flower indoor and out.
yeah, make sure you guys give him a follow. You know, you guys can go to my original post on Instagram. I mean, it's a collab post, so you should be able to follow him regardless, right from the post. Just know that. You know, if you guys are in here on YouTube and you're not on Instagram, you guys could always, when this is over, it'll be downloaded right to the YouTube. If you guys ask me a question like where can I follow him on the video once it's posted, I'll give you a link to his Instagram. Shout out to Spanish Casey. Let's go. Okay, so like I said earlier, you know, these are some older school genetics in my like they just are. You know, you have the Sour Diesel, San Fernando Valley, he BX3. Well, like you said, it was a BX3 and the F3 that these are actually work lines too. There's not many breeders out there that are working lines at all. Most of his stuff I see are at least F2 or F3. Keep that in mind, you know, support the ones that are actually putting the work in. Obviously, this guy is one of them. He's been doing it a long time. So that's why we work together. You know, he's also from Pennsylvania. He's also from right around the corner from me. Go Birds. Just have
Yeah,
to throw
man.
it out there. Go Birds.
I grew up in Ben Salem, Northeast, and then Bucks County, Yardley, PA area, then up north near Doylestown. I've been all over the great state of PA. I miss it, but they got to get them laws right, man.
I
They jam
know.
me up. They jam me up good. I want to go home and grow. They're not doing
I
it.
want you to come home, man. I'm like 5 minutes from Ben Salem, so I'm right here. You
I'm
know.
gonna tear up some South Street when I get there. I'm gonna definitely go to Geno's, do all the
Oh,
things. I'm gonna get me a soft pretzel and a hot dog and see a Phillies game. I miss it.
whenever you're here, just let me know, bro. We'll be
Mm-hmm.
going together. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're about to talk about the sour bubble in a minute here, Vinny. So it is bog sour. Well, here we're gonna get to that. The next one on what's up, Chosen One Genetics, another breeder right there. He's from New York, good guy right there.
What's up, chosen
Uh,
one?
who else do we have? Okay, so the next one up, and yeah, we're gonna talk about the sour bubble here after. Oh, the next one. Never mind. We're gonna talk about it right now. So the
What do you got?
Jedi Master is the next one on the list,
Yep.
and this is gonna be the Skywalker OG to the
It's
sour bubble
important. Yep. Go ahead.
BC2 F3. So good.
It's noteworthy that I got the Skywalker and the whole set from OG Rascal. I have all the corresponding emails just for legitimacy's sake. I insist on having clean provenance and chain of custody. So if Skywalker times '04 Sour Bubble BC2 F2, and the Sour Bubble was sourced from Boggs' very first drop in 2024, and arguably the best iteration was that drop in '04, the BC2, and that's the male that I used for that. And basically, the Sour Bubble kind of tames the lanky Skywalker structure a bit. It adds even more resin, and on some phenos, it adds like a delicious sweetness to the underlying. So it's kind of like burning hash from the influence. Sour Bubble doesn't dominate that cross a lot, so seeing balanced expressions of both parents in the F1 gen. Sometimes the Sour Bubble can dominate crosses, but not the case with that one.
What's up, Oski? Hey, Oski, come to the YouTube. Oski, I see you on the Instagram. I happened to look down and saw you come in. Come to the YouTube.
I thought I was the only one that had to rock two phones to do the socials.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm all fucked up, man.
Oh shit!
I'm lying to be honest. Look, I'm not even telling you the truth. Here's two right here. Here's number three. So I got three phones.
I gotta laugh.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I lived in PA. I used to have 20 different cell phones. That's a whole other topic.
Yo, it's crazy to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to the best name, the John. The motherfucking the John is the next
I
one on
had
the
to, man. That's
Of
like
course.
local vernacular, and you know, that was a no-brainer to use that. You know, maybe I'll do a meat breath cheese cross, and we'll get the Philly cheesesteak going on.
That yeah, I feel like the John was necessary, man. That
I
was a
had to
good
get that
snag on
before
that.
somebody did. I saw somebody that wasn't a brand use it once, and then they're not even online anymore. So I claimed it. If he bitches, I'm diplomatic. I'll change it to John. So right now it's the John. You know what I mean? I checked it, and there was one person, and then I saw they were defunct. So
Yeah, that's yours. About
yep,
that.
and they're not from Philly, so I'm claiming it. Sorry.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I don't blame you. Alski, you know I've been hibernating too. I don't blame you, not even a little bit. I respect that. How about that? I totally respect that. 100%. Um, okay. So yeah, let's talk about John. So Wi-Fi
That
number
one's for the
3.
Indica lover. The Wi-Fi 3 stays very short, very compact, tight internodes, massive fans. I also got that from OG Rascal when he did this one-off clone drop. And the pairing with the sour bubble, it's like Indica Overload. That is the one, that's a day ender for sure. The Wi-Fi 3 has a little more bling than the 43. It's a little squatter. And sour bubble again adds resin, shortens the flowering time slightly. So we're looking at about 63 days average. Some go longer, some maybe even faster. Beefens the frame up. Doesn't need it though because it's pretty much indica overload. So, and like I said, that's the day ender. That's the one where you do a bong rip and you got your Ben and Jerry's and you watch reruns of The Simpsons type weed.
I
Potent.
mean, that's what I want. I want some. I need a John. I need some of the John. What's up?
Yeah,
You know.
man. She bangs hard. Shout out to my boy Justin, my garden 420. I think he's got some of the John running, so hopefully we get to see some of them soon.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the Danky candle now. The I-95 headband. This is what I'm talking about. These are some strains you guys, I know, listen, for the ones we gone over already, the Sour Diesel, the SFVOG, that funky bitch sounds crazy, right? A Skywalker to the Sour Bubble. I'm just going over what we already talked about. Wi-Fi 3, the O4 to the O4 Sour Bubble. This is stuff you guys need to take advantage of these packs. I'm just letting y'all know, take advantage. Look at his page too and see what he's got going. But we're going to keep going because there's more strains we need to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Danky candle is the next one. The I-95 headband for us.
The name was a no-brainer because my girl had gotten me this candle that was called Bitches Brew from Yankee Candles, and I was like, "That's a good scent." It was slightly patchouli, with slight notes of vanilla, spice, and the flower smelled a hell of a lot like that, only with some added gas from the I-95 headband, and it smelled like the damn Yankee Candle, so hence the name.
That's the best, man. When I'm just saying, I've had this conversation with many people. If you're gonna call this shit like Danky Candle, I hope it smells like it can't, if you're gonna call blueberry, I want it to be blueberry. Strawberry should be strawberry. Like, just saying. So.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine, dude. It slightly irks me. I've ran other things that had a name that had a flavor attached to it, and you could be like, yeah, I could kind of see that. You know what I mean? But sometimes they're popping and they actually taste what their names.
I don't want to have to be like, yeah, it sort of smells like. I want to be like, oh yeah, that's it right there.
Exactly.
So, just saying. They are not fem packs. These are regular packs. These will be reg packs. Are you going to make fems? Is that a thing?
That's a good question. We're currently out of stock of Candy Runts. It's one of my newer school offerings, and I like those a lot. I should be doing a restock soon because they yield bigger than traditional runts. So they are out of stock. But about Fems, that old stock Super Skunk, I think the strategy I'm going to go with those is make some outcrosses, and I think I'm going to S1 the best female and have those Super Skunk Fems, and that's going to be something.
Let's go, dude. That would be. I think people would be stoked.
Those are the real McCoy. I had a few people that were skeptical about them, but you can see I videoed me opening the seal and you can
Right.
see the actual lot number. There's no getting around that. I videoed it just because I know there's going to be some tire kickers. And I was even skeptical until I saw the plants, but I know what they are. I have like a weirdly overactive olfactory sense and memory slash. So when I started doing the stem rubs and seeing the morphology, I knew what I had. So it's important, man. There's things mislabeled flying around left and right. I don't say nothing. I just said, I scroll.
This one smells like booby sweat. Let's go.
I
Um,
suppose it depends on how your olfactory.
right.
I don't know
This
about
guy, he
booby
said the
sweat.
John. I hear the John is stinky. So
Well, yeah, the parental plants would dictate mucho resin for sure.
all right. So, and if you guys have any questions about any of the stuff we're talking about, that's why we're here. You know, I mean, there's like what 50 something people in here, and I know there's only 10 people over on Instagram. First of all, you guys should come over to the YouTube. You know, but whatever, you guys could hang out over there. It's cool. I know some of you are scared of YouTube. It's weird. It's all fucking. If you're on a platform, you're on a platform at this point. Just saying. You know. Okay. So the next one is going to be the Violet Borg.
Beauregard.
How do you say it correctly? I think I fucked it up
Violet
last time.
Beauregard. She's
Okay.
the naughty girl in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Oh, Violet. Oh, the little fucking Violet. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it now.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Let's go.
the name is because the mother was 90 stock Soma lavender, and that's a plant that turns purple without any colder temperature or anything, automatically 2 weeks in flower, and it's like shocking violet purple. That's the mom used, and that's a banger. A lot of perps are good and tasty, but they kind of missed the mark for potency. But the lavender mama is definitely a day ender. A lot of linalool present in there, which is kind of like a herbal valerium effect there, and it also had floral lavender terps with like a back end of opium. And I don't mean the Red Rock stuff that they used to try to sell in
The
Red
Red
Rock.
Rock stuff.
Yeah,
Yo, remember that shit, bro? Like,
everyone got the
whoa.
Red Rock, yo.
Yo,
Yeah.
that shit was crazy. The
Yep.
Red Rock and the
Yep.
black and the piano talk, whatever
Mm-hmm.
the fuck that was. It was like, yeah, that shit was weird.
It's
Some
old
of it was
school.
good. Okay, so but his sensu look identical to each other. I see your comments, Benny. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. We'll see. We will see. I'm excited for it, you know. All right, so we're gonna go to the Miracle Bubba Mints now, which is Cap Junkie. Well, we didn't even really talk about. Okay, so Soma's Lavender was part of that cross. Did we say what the cross was in the Violet Beauregard?
It's Soma's Lavender number 10 from late 90s Soma seed stock crossed with '04 Sour Bubble BC2 F2. And what I saw in testing is Old World Indica, very short, squat plants, massive fan leaves, slow veg, likes to be top twice for the optimal yield, and the flower. I guess the majority of the phenos that I preferred the best would, have bubblegum terps with hints of floral lavender and the spicy opium from the lavender's Afghani influence with the resin and the sheer stopping power of the sour bubble. So very good pairing. Very happy with the outcome. And also noteworthy is that the lavender mother makes huge, huge pollas, never a speck of mold outside, even when it's rained on. So for any depth growers or outdoor growers, there's a lot of natural mold resistance there.
And the lavender is like, that's good. Lavender is good. I think you sent me a pack of lavender, like lights. I can't remember. You sent me something I had put away in the vault. It had lavender. I can't remember what it was.
Oh,
exactly.
that was either the lavender. You might have the F2 or I did a BC1. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, definitely pop those. Andrew Puffin on IG just grew some out, and they're so purple they're almost black. I think he's got them in some depths. I'm temporarily out of stock of Lavenberry until late spring. And Lavenberry is the same lavender cut times Bog's sour strawberry kush.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is, man. It's very.
Yep.
I have some of the older stuff still on the site too, just so everybody's aware. Like there are a couple packs of like you'd have to look on the site and see what's there. Most of the stuff that we're talking about tonight, obviously, you can go give him a follow. You can DM him, or I will talk to him tomorrow. For you guys that like to use your credit cards, for you guys that like to, I think you don't have a site right now, right?
A website?
Yeah.
I do, but we had issues with the payment portal, and my damn
Okay.
PayPal and Venmo banned me. So
Okay.
I have to find I guess a high risk payment portal scenario to get the website. You can see some of the strains and pretty good pictures up on there, but please don't attempt to purchase anything there.
All right.
You
So
can
I'm gonna
deal with
put
me
up my.
direct.
Let me put this up for a minute. Do I have it saved? You guys can go here. No, I'm not gonna put that up. Hold on. You guys can go. You guys can go to the website and you'll see what's up there right now. And I will do my best tomorrow to get with Mark, and we'll get whatever's not on the site up there. We'll see if we can get that for you guys. I mean, if you guys want to, just to make it easier, you guys could use your credit card there. Um, all that. So, but either way, you could always DM him and see what you guys could work out as well. But if you guys want to use a credit card, payment method like that, I would say you can go to the site now and look and see what's there. And some of this stuff is on there already because I know we put some of this stuff on here before. And hold on, this is mine. So that's mine right there for anybody that's not aware yet. That's my website right there. He could tell you what it is, or he could type it in. I'll pin it up there so you guys can write both of them down. At least so you guys can go look and see what's on his site picture wise. Obviously he said you can't buy anything off the site right now, but you could at least look. All right, so
Yeah, sorry
real
for any
quick.
inconvenience with that. We're looking into a solution for that. So
yeah, I have a company, man. I could probably get you in touch with them.
that would be great.
Okay, I'll hook you up with, I'll get you their information. You just tell them that I sent you over. The last person I did that with, it took me a long time. The last person I sent to them, it didn't take that long. And you're already pretty much, I'm sure you have a bit, all that stuff in order already. So it probably wouldn't take that long. And they're really good too. They
Thank
really
you.
are.
I
I've had so many.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully
Question:
there's good.
Do you water daily or weekly? It was just they've asked Irie Grow Chronicles asked once or twice. I didn't want to skip over it again. So
Outdoors, the plants grow so rapidly here. I use 50 gallons, and even late plants that are put out end of July get close to root bound, and I kind of like it that way because it's a little trick that they'll flower maybe 5 to 7 days earlier if they're slightly root bound. So I'm out there probably watering and flowering every 2 days, and in the 50-gallon containers, they're getting if it's nutrients, 10 gallons, and if it's watering, 10 gallons. You got to be careful if you really overdo it, even in the heat. They don't need as much water as you think. And you can get fusarium pretty easily if you overwater out there. It's a fine balance, especially if the humidity is steadily over 70% outside.
and I also feel like you would have to be a little bit more, you know, yeah, bookmark. Are you in cocoa? Are you outdoors? Are you in soil? Are you in, I would assume, I mean, it's one of the two probably, but that's going to matter. Like
I'm
if
an
you're in
amended
cocoa, you're going to, huh?
Yeah, I'm an amended recycled living soil, and I amended it with organic chicken compost, and then used lactic acid bacteria, make that on there, inoculate the soil, get some nice little microbial things going on.
Yeah, I'm saying to them whether they're what kind, what watering wise, what medium they're in is really what I was saying for them. The person that asked that question, it would,
Oh, I'm
because it
sorry
would make
for
a
that.
difference.
Sorry
Yeah,
for the confusion.
and what point of your grow are you at? You might be watering daily. You might be watering once every 3 days. You might be watering. It depends. Like irrigation, how you like. Um, shit. If you're in cocoa, you could water more. Multiple times a day, but small watering. So I think all that goes into that question a little bit. If you were asking him, and I think you were just asking for you, you would have to break down your grow a little bit better for us. I think especially medium wise. Um, Oh, okay. Let me put us back on. Hold on one sec. The Instagram. I only have hour lives on Instagram. It just ended. Let me just get us back on Instagram real quick, and we'll finish up this menu.
Yeah.
And are you set on this time? Like, are you good to go and finish talking about the menu, or did you want to be done?
Am I good to go? Yeah, man. I'm good to go. Like,
Okay, good. Okay,
got to mention the new ones. Appreciated.
hold on. Let me just type this in. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, Instagram just doesn't like me, man. They just don't. But I don't care. It's fine. We'll keep on doing what we do. That's why I have
We
so
got
many
out.
pages.
We got out for a little bit. We rarely go out, and there was a great music festival. I was surprised with a lot of jam bands right outside of Tulsa, and the venue
Right.
held like 20K. It was called Friendsgiving, and they also do like this festival called Alpaca Palooza. And that was cool, man. They had good lights and some good local bands. So there are some jam band folks in Oklahoma.
I'm sure, man. We're everywhere. Shit, we're
Yeah, man.
everywhere, bro. That's real.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. The website, I see that. I see that. You're in a 10-gallon pot indoors. Oh, yeah. I mean, you probably have to. I feel like, oh, you're soil and cocoa. Look, you should start to get to know the weight of the pot. Like, I feel like if you're indoors and a 10 gallons pretty, obviously pretty big, but you just have to, I don't know, like the 5-gallon pots, I go like 2 or 3 days, 3 days probably in cocoa. Soil probably a little bit longer, but you should get to know the weight of your pot. Like once it's time, you'll know. Let them get to the point maybe where you can see if they're thirsty, feel the pot then, and know it's a little bit before that. But it's all going to be different for everybody, And if you're in soil and cocoa, that's definitely going to make a difference because you know, the soil is going to keep it where it probably goes a little bit longer. I would say at least twice a week, you know, probably twice a week.
Yeah, that
Run
dryback's critical for me.
exactly. All right, real quick, we have a question on the last drop because they probably see that on the site. They probably just went and looked. And I think that the Dragon's Tongue is Dragon's Tongue. Was that a straight? Yeah, I think that's on the site still. That's probably one of the ones that was still on there.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
up there for sure.
so you want to talk about that a little bit? They said, "What's Dragon's Tongue?"
Chem 91 times Sensi Seeds Hindu Kush. And that plant makes monstrous yields outside. It does pretty good with botrytis, does good indoors. It's kind of the burnt rubber from the Hindu Kush in the 91 merge. Potent smoke. Average finishing time 63 days. Heavy feeder. Has some variegated traits that it'll throw off from the Chem 91 in there. And it's just dank. The burnt rubber from the Kush kind of is in the back end with the overtones of the 91 fuel. The reason it got that name is because one of the phenos just spit out these crazy looking leaves on the buds that look like a dragon's tongue, so it kind of stuck. It named itself.
I'm not sure what's per. I'm not sure I'm understanding. But what's up, brother? I just got on. Happy for you, Mark. Golden Road cracked out. So fire for sure. I have no idea what the fuck that means, but
Well, whatever.
there you
Yeah.
go.
What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, saying hello.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay, here's another polyester pimp strap they want to know about. What about the polyester pimp strap?
That is the Elvis crossed with Sour D, SFE, OG, BC3. And the reason for that name is because the Elvis plant and her hybrids give off terps, kind of like new car interior, new pair of shoes. The smell when you open up a new Walmart plastic raft. It's got that polyester vinyl siding kind of terp, or like opening up a can of tennis ball thing. Hence the name polyester pimp strap. Like the way that rolled off the tongue. So.
All right, let's go to the purple gas. Triangle Kush, the purple Urkel to the SFB OG BX3 F. So it's an F3. Triangle Kush, purple Urkel, SFB OG, purple gas.
That one has the burnt rubber from the TK with a flavor that, if you think of the color purple, or maybe like purple Swedish fish, that kind of thing, with gas and rubber. Real nice plant. Some phenos can get really shocking shade of purple. My buddy JR, shout out to JR at Blue Star Farms, did a great run. That was a crowd pleaser for sure. You can see a big grow of that if you followed him on Blue Star Farms, Oklahoma, and back in my feed. All around good plant. I would say that they're slightly lanky, may require staking. Stretch at flowering time would be double. Um, Moderate feeder, heavy on the cow mag during flowering or in the first 2 weeks of stretch. Some phenotypes will be short and stockier, but all of them have a pretty good mashup of the parents as far as terp wise. And they do well outdoors too. I have some way back on my feed as far as an outdoor crop.
I see Thankful, I see you in here. Let me we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 more strains to get through. And then I'll call you up. We can have 3 you guys, we got both you guys into the same time, but let's just get through these 4 and I'll call you up. And then Mark, again, I just want to reiterate, some of the stuff's on the site already. You guys can go check it out. Otherwise, like I said, if you guys are not following his page, the Golden Road Seco, I'll make sure if you guys comment once this live goes up onto YouTube and ask me how to follow him, I'll tell you guys how to find him. Otherwise, you can go to my site and there should be a bunch of stuff up there already. And whatever's not up there, as long as he has it in stock, I'll talk to him tomorrow. We'll make sure it's up there for you guys. So anyway, the next one's a Triangle Burger. Triangle Kush to burgers and beer.
A really beautiful Triangle Kush cut crossed with burgers and beer. That was a creation from the ranch. Shout out to him and Mean Gene from Mendocino. So it's basically a Donny Burger root beer cross. And that's a good one for the hashers. And that's straight gas, burnt rubber. Similar to GMO, but not. Good hash returns, big solid buds. They did great for me outdoors. I ran them 2 seasons ago, and I ran them prior to that indoors. That one's for the gas lovers with a good hash return for sure. They dump.
Yeah, that's what yeah. The gas, baby. We like our gas over here.
Yep.
Banana burger, banana OG to the burgers and beer. That sounds fucking good.
Another washer, man, and that one has some of the most. I did some outdoor this year. You can see them outdoor in my feed back on my Instagram. That might be an even better washer because the banana OG mom just dumps prolific returns. So that's a good mashup of the banana. You get some phenos that have the burnt rubber gas from the burgers and beer. Some of them have almost not root beer, but like sarsaparilla. Remember, like sarsaparilla soda, kind of earthy root cellar note to the back end of it, sits on the palate. Notes of hash. Yeah, that's a good one for hashers too. I love the
Um,
banana OG cut. I should run some soon. It's been a minute since I ran that cut. It does all the
Banana
things.
OG is so. I like Banana OG. I think it's fucking. It's a good one. All
Yeah,
right.
the other reason I love it is because it came from really old school stock. Um, Sagarmatha Seeds Amsterdam made a strain called 6040, and that's where Oregon Kid found the banana pheno, and then he crossed it to Ghost OG. So just the lineage of those two alone.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So, yep, banana burger.
All right, then the lime bubble. So black lime reserve to the sour bubble.
That is Lime Bubble's my baby right now. I go through phases where, but right now that's our personal in-house favorite. I started seedlings end of July and beginning of August. They were put outside in 50-gallon containers, and I got over a pound yield. You can see them all on my feed. It looks like indoor, neon green, all the things, dense bracts, conical bud shape on the top, and more importantly, it was resistant, and they made 2.5 foot long spears. So you could see all that back in my feed. I have a ton of close up flower shots to show how clean it was as far as resistance. And also noteworthy, my buddy Dirt Road Dank, another PA warrior outdoor farmer, ran 16 strains, and he said that the line bubble was the top hasher or a runner up for a headband cut he had for. He'll be posting some of that hash soon too. We were talking about it. So line bubble is a very special cut, sifted from the Black Lime Reserve from Kevin Jodrey. He sifted the cut at scale, crossed with one of my main studs I use in breedings. It's the 04 Bog Sour Bubble BC2 F2. Um, the Sour Bubble did tend to dominate the lime cross slightly, but you'll find phenos in each pack where the lime comes through. Um, my buddy at Erie Bank Farms in New York ran some, and he said that he found a pheno that was more sour than some circulated set name sour cuts up there, and that's true too. I'm finding these sour lime bubblegum phenos in there, and I mean peel your wig potency. And the back end kind of reminds me of upon exhale, like smoking really fine grade import hash that we used to
Mm.
get has that kind of effect. Peppery. So yeah, that's my baby. Line Bubble puts out some really big yields, big stack buds, outdoor resistant. Hash is like a champ from what I hear. I haven't washed any, but I'm going to shortly. And that's about it on Line Bubble. Like I said, that's our in-house baby right now.
And then black strawberry preserve F2, which is the black lime reserve
Same
to the
cut as the
sour
last
strawberry
one.
kush.
That one is like sensory overload. So the influence from the sour strawberry Kush male that was used to the Black Lime Reserve was a mashup of super loud fermented strawberry terps with lime, and they kind of blend together. I would say the best description of terps is like dumping a mojito in Granny's cedar chest stuffed full of gas station attendant scrags. Big. I grew a lot of them outdoors too. You can see them if you scroll back in my feed, and that stuff made lime green neon nuggets that just smelled. And I had a strawberry leaner that reeked so loud of strawberries you'd swear it was like artificial fake scent, like a strawberry air freshener. I'm not kidding. Tasty. That's one of our favorites too.
I mean, it sounds super tasty, man. That one, that one to me sounds just really good as like a short, like more on the fruity side. The purple gas and that triangle burger and the banana, all the burgers just sound really. Yeah, you know what? The whole fucking menu sounds good, man. Like
The
I need
black
some.
lime surprisingly chemi, as it does have chem dog back in there, but a lot of the outcrosses have some really chemi gassy stuff. They're all really terpy, and they were bred and acclimated outside in a very humid climate, so there's some good natural resistance as I go through the F gens. I'll be at F3 with that.
Okay.
That'll be
Okay.
the next breeding, F3 selection.
All right. So then we have the Angel Food Cake, which is the 11-pound cake, to the 97 Sour Diesel, to the 707 OG Kush F2.
I have a few newer things on the menu, and I like them for a lot of different reasons. And that one I liked because it came from an unlikely source. It came from Mr. Bob Hemphill. He usually doesn't run any of the newer stuff, but I knew, because of where it was sourced, it was the legit cut. So shout out to him for everything he's done pretty much. And that and his sour with the 707 and a nice mashup of the cookie terps from with the pastry. Some of the phenos are sour. I guess the best way to describe the terps would be like the bakery section of a Brooklyn bakery at 11 o'clock after a gas leak.
After a gas leak. Oh, yo, that sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah,
It just
there's
goes.
yep. So there's some of the LVPK terps that come through, blended real nice with the sour. My favorite phenos from those are the really squat ones that take after the mother, and you'll know them when you see them. They have super tight internodes, massive fans. Those are my favorites. But sour leaners are a little lanky. They're real nice too. As far as how it washes, I don't know, but I would imagine it would do good from the lineage.
Okay. All right. So that's the whole menu. You guys know what's there. I'm gonna have Dank come up here to get him on. To get the three of us in here for a minute. But if you guys have any questions at all, you guys feel free to ask. I'm not going to keep Mark too much longer because I know he's been here. He's been here over an hour already. But I do see a question or two. Let me get Dank up here. All right. So
Hey,
I'm not sure if you guys know each other or not. If you guys don't know each other, Marcus
pleasure to meet
Golden
you.
Rose
Good evening.
Pico, Dank Flow Genetics. So I do have Crystal Rose always talks about washers, but he smokes the flower too. Are your washers good to smoke as well? Was the question. And he continued it with, I mean, good flavors, but good high percent THC. Is that what makes it a good washer? I mean, you guys could both chime in on that if you want.
Drew's the man, by the way. Shout out to Drew at Crystal Rose. He's a hell of a nice guy and a talented breeder. He makes some really good hashers. So, what was the question again? I'm having a stoner moment. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's funny because I just had Drew on. So he was my guest. The last time I did this was Crystal Rose. So, yeah.
I'm glad. I was stoked to see you have him. He's a good dude. I enjoy that guy.
I mean, we're all deadheads. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, a lot of us, not all of us, but we all tend to like gravitate towards each other. And Drew is a deadhead. He is. So,
I don't grow them and they don't taste good. So the answer to that, I remembered now. See that? There's hope. Yeah, I grow for flavor, terpenes, and potency as well. So if it doesn't taste good and it just washes good, it's probably not something I'm going to mess with. The flower's got to taste good.
all right. So that's what it was. If you guys have any other questions for Mark, now is your chance, man. I'm gonna give you guys about three. We're at about an hour and 18 minutes right now. It's 9:18, so we'll give you guys about 2 minutes. If there's anything else you want to talk about, Mark, just let me know. If there's anything you want to say, take
No,
this
I
time
just
to
want
do
to
it.
say thank you for having me. Time always goes really fast. It's good to be here. It's really nice meeting you. And tune in. A lot of exciting things happening here. I hope to do some more updates on timeline and what I'm going to be introducing to the Grateful Heads Tissue Culture Program. I can leak this out that the lavender cut will be available after it's been TC'd.
Nice.
So I got the green light from the original sender. So we're all cleared for weird.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that.
Well, gentlemen.
How do you treat and care for outdoor living soil pots during the winter? I'm not sure if you even want to get into that right now. So that's up to you. That's the last question that's really there that I see. How do you treat and care for your outdoor living soil pots during winter off season?
How do I maintain them?
Yeah.
It usually doesn't freeze here where I'm at in southeast Oklahoma, if we're being honest. I treat them on the outside of the pot when I come in from the spring. I inoculate them, chop and drop. There's really not any maintenance other than re-amending, obviously, and planting. There's
Let's
no hard
go.
freeze. Yeah, there's no hard freeze here or anything like that.
Yeah, we already had one. Yeah, it was like
Where you at?
29 degrees. I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's getting scary out there with how dry and everything is. I'm from PA originally, but I live
real.
in Oklahoma, and those fires are no joke. They're like hitting Manhattan.
Yeah, the smoke.
Everything.
Yeah, the smoke definitely. There was
Yeah.
some fires in Jersey. Yeah, right here, bro. There was fires in Jersey, like crazy fires on the news the other night. Like we lit out, you could smell it out. You know, you walk outside, you're like, damn, it's not that cold. Somebody got a fire? Nah,
We
that's
gotta
like the fires. You know,
we gotta be kinder to Mother Earth, man. She's getting pissed. She's starting to feel some type of way. It's showing a lot of different ways.
I've been
facts.
noticing around here that all the water is just gone. Like you were mentioning, like there it seems like it hasn't rained in months, and then on top of that, I've noticed all summer and all fall that all of our lakes, our rivers, everything is just like shoring up. Like it's very odd. Seen one of
Yeah,
our rivers the other day. It was like 4 foot in, like literally I could see like where I've never been able to see before. And it's just straight gone. I don't know where it's going.
we haven't had rain. We
It's
haven't, bro. We have not had rain.
groundwater.
We literally just had rain, like a overnight shower a night or two ago. That was
Yep.
the broke records. Like that's the first rain in like I don't even know how many days, but breaking records of no
I
rain, and
know.
that's sort of crazy for here.
There's
So
one cool thing about it, though. I noticed some of my PA buddies and some of my buddies in Mass, Rhode Island, were able to grow those long season hazes that they never would be able to grow with the weird stuff. So I'm seeing like things
Crazy
you would
out there.
never see on the East Coast in my feed this year. I'm like, yeah, go.
I've heard people in I've heard people all over the country saying this is one of the best harvests they had was this year. So
This, I honest to God, dude, I've been growing since the
Excuse me.
80s. This was the best outdoor crop I think I've ever done.
there you go. You're like literally like a lot of from California to Oklahoma to out here. I have been hearing people say that about this season. Like,
Dude, I'm almost getting good
Excuse
number for the outdoor packs, dude. It's neon green. It doesn't turn brown in there. It's been an exceptional year, man.
Hell yeah.
So, but it comes at an expense because everything else is drying up, and so hopefully, Mother Nature can heal.
Yeah, I mean, that's what needs to happen. Let it, the song "Let It Grow" goes into my head immediately, and weather report's sweet. So, let's go.
They do controlled burns in Oklahoma where they actually deliberately. I never seen any shit like that on the East Coast. They do controlled burns in areas that are high risk. But yeah, let's hope everybody's safe and the fires aren't a thing for much longer on the East Coast.
No doubt. You can hang out as long as you want, bro.
I'm gonna let you all get to it, man. It was really nice meeting you, man. What's your IG again? I'll give you a follow.
No, mine? Dank
Yeah.
Flow Genetics 2.0.
Cool. I'll check you out. You gentlemen have a good night. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Love,
All
man.
right, brother. You could always go to the post, the collaborative post that you guys both did. You can follow him right from that post. You guys will follow each other right from that post.
Cool. Enjoy, gentlemen. I'm
All right,
hopping
brother. I
off.
appreciate you, man. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, I got you. I'll get you out of here. Bam.
Booted. No soup.
All right. So how you been, bro? How's everything going?
Not too bad, man. Yeah, that I'm still like reeling from that win this last weekend at Harvest Cup.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, man.
So yeah,
I
Monty
feel like because I haven't really had you on yet. Introduce yourself, to the people that there's 45 people, the people that are on Instagram too, because we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So those numbers don't really justify how many people are actually watching. So for the people that don't know who you are, introduce yourself first.
Yeah, so my name's Noah. I run Dank Genetics. I started the company in 2018. I've been growing since like I'd say like 2012 around there. Wasn't really doing crazy much until like 2016. I started doing some outdoors. I had a bunch of friends' houses that I was doing projects at, and then the real breeding began. My mom's basement in 2018. That was the first project I did with Thug Pug Genetics Salami Leg, and I crushed that with GG4. Made salami glue. That was my first strain. Also made salami leg F2s. A lot of people are familiar with those. I've sent out thousands of packs of those, and people all over the country, all over other countries. I mean, I probably shipped to about 10 different countries at least. Philippines most recently. That was pretty cool. But yeah, they do great outdoors, indoors. A lot of people did them indoors. I'm sorry, outdoors this season in New England, and had a great experiences with them. Some like 11-foot tall plants, which is pretty good for how indica heavy she is. Um, yeah, so I started doing this. Kind of just cannabis always been my thing since like age 12, basically when I first started smoking. um, and it was just really intriguing to me. I just got drawn to it. There's so many aspects of it, of growing, and so much to learn. I just absorbed every bit of it that I could. Alien Force. Yeah, Alien Force, that's the homie, bro. He grew some of my salami brittle out, and I need to get a cut from him. I don't know if he still has it or not, but that girl's gorgeous. That's the peanut butter breath with the salami glue.
Yeah. So I said this earlier. You one of the first people that way back when I started the C Bank that you know came forth and hooked me up, and we did a lot of your freebies back then. Um,
Yep.
so I'll always appreciate you coming out like that for sure. And on the win. So I saw that. And what was that strain that what was the strain again?
Monty Gluthon, like Monty Python, but with Gorilla Glue added, so it's got the glue. Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna be backwards or what.
No, that's right side. Let's
Monty
go.
Glue, Monty Gluthon. Yeah, she's gorgeous. I have something in there. Can't really see with the lighting in here, but yeah. 3% terpenes, 32% cannabinoids. Tested her at MCR labs, and she's just been absolute pleasure in the garden. She's very easygoing. She's a bit of a slow vegger, but it's worth the wait. Um, and a good yielder all around. I haven't washed her yet. That's my one of my next goals is to actually wash it and see if we can maybe take home another cup with some rosin. Um, Also, one of my other next goals is to hit 5% terps. It's one of my next milestones. Like, figured jump right over four. Like, fuck it, we go from 3 to 5. Um, that's one of my next big goals. I hope to hit that by the end of next year. I have a strain that I did with the Monty Gluthon reversal. That's also 3% terpenes. So those offspring are really crushing it. I'm hoping to see some high hitters in that one too.
Do you have numbers on washing on any of your strains yet? Or like are you washing? Are you growing? I feel like the conversation I've had with so many people lately is everything they're growing is for fresh frozen. Like, are you growing for
I grow
flower?
for flower. I grow
Let's
for
go,
flower
dude. You're
mainly.
like one of the few people left. Like, I talk to a lot of people, bro. It's wild, right?
All I smoke
I'm
is
all about the
flower.
flower. So um, I feel like there should be more people growing for that reason. Like, rosin's cool,
Yeah.
but like flower fucking is better. I don't care,
like
That's my
Marcus was
opinion
just
on it.
saying, like Marcus was just saying, he, for effects and for flavor, and those are my two biggest markers right there. Like that's what I look for mostly. Of course, I still want to make sure that they're vigorous, they root well, pest resistance, mold resistance, all that good stuff. But my two biggest things I look for are going to be: does it taste good, and what does it do to me? Because if those two things aren't checked off, then it's not a keeper.
Let's go. Yo, I see you guys. I grow for flower.
Let's go.
Flower is the best. Let's go. Flower power, baby. All right.
There.
You know what? And that should say something to some of these like growers out there. I'm just saying, like, when I hear so many people growing for rosin for fresh frozen, look at the people. Like, that's like my wife loves the flower. I have to grow for both, but my park. Oh, okay. See, you're both. Okay. Totally get it. But there is still so many people out there that I feel like it's lost somewhere. I hear all these people that come through, like, agreed. I want to smoke some kappas. So do I. I love it. Flower all day. That's literally just a couple of people that are in here. That should tell some people that are growing. Flower, there's still a huge demand for flower. It shouldn't just be about washing numbers and it shouldn't be. It just shouldn't.
Speaking of cat piss, that's what I'm about to be smoking with some piff.
Oh yeah, okay. So
got that cat piss haze.
I see it on Instagram too. I see you guys on Instagram, bro. Flower is the best. Fuck the rest. I'm just saying, like, take note to this. You guys that are growing just for fresh frozen, take note to it. That's all I'm saying. There is a huge market for fucking high quality flower. There just is,
Sure.
Just
I'm
saying.
definitely looking to find some of my own genetics that are hashers and that, they do wash well. But that's not my main focus. My main focus is definitely flower that I can smoke and enjoy. And that's the other big thing is I mainly breed for myself. A lot of the times I see people just breed for the hype, and I only want to breed if I like it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I'm blown away because I see people still on Instagram like flower all day. I'm just saying, dude, like, I just want to, like, stress that to the rosin makers that watch this. Just know, maybe take, flower, like, I don't know. Just saying. All right. Anyway, my bad. Moving on. I'm blown away, bro. Look at this. I'm flower. Like, dude, like, I'm sort of blown away right now because the conversations that I have with all these growers it's all for fresh frozen. Everything gets washed now. Everything gets washed. And I talk to a lot of fucking people.
Which I get that. There's a big demand for it, and I totally get that. And the flower prices crashing most places, it's totally understandable. But when you're still hitting 3 a zip on flower, it's like, what's the point in trying to see what happens with rosin? You know what I mean?
It depends where you are too. Like, listen, the Michigan market's crazy. I have a really lot of friends that are in Michigan, and I have friends that have huge grows in Michigan, and everything's going for that. And the reason it makes sense, it's because you cannot get, like, in some states, in some situations, you cannot get it. You get more for rosin. I totally get it, but there's that part of me that's also like, it shouldn't be all about the money. You know what I mean? That's all. It shouldn't just be about, like, money. I don't know. But it's cool. I get it. Like, these dudes be selling. It blows my mind because I have really good friends in Colorado that I can get ounces of rosin. I'll just say it for like $500-$600. Like, that's so fucking good. And then I hear about these dudes in Michigan selling jars, 2-gram jars for like $150, $160. I'm like, yo, that's insane, bro. That's just insane. I'm not about it at all.
I know people in New York that are still selling 1-gram jars for nearly $150.
That is fucking just sad. Like, it just is. To me, it's sad.
Yeah.
It just is. It shouldn't be. It's wild, bro. Like, if I'm able, and these are really good people that I do like, I get rosin from this person, and I get it super cheap, and it's fucking super fire. Love it in her eyes. So I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about some random person. I'm talking about $500-$600 ounces of rosin all day, many different flavors, and if I can get it for that price, I feel like that's what it should be.
Is she in Colorado?
She's in Colorado. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Dude, speaking of loving, I just grew some Spanish Moon. I don't even know who gifted me the cut, but oh my god, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Super rank terps. It's like straight up purple buds.
Wow.
Absolutely
1,500. Yeah. Oh, dude. Everybody I know that's growing the loving right now is fucking so fucking happy, you know. And I have a handful of people that are growing it, like NC might be in there, a whole bunch of people. But I got dudes like fucking Nick, you know, Lime Rising Farms too. That's why it blows my mind when I hear 15. Like, it's cool, like, more power to you at $1,500 an ounce. But I got people like Nick Lime Rising Farms. I can go get ounces for $600-700 all fucking day long. And you know, I just feel like, I don't know, it's wild to me, like how much variation there is state to state to state and where you are, and it makes sense, of course. But you know, it's just wild. That's all. It's wild to me. Anyway, it takes away from the whole experience because of the money grab behind the cat. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it becomes that, you know, like it does become that in a way, because I know what I can, you know, if it's $500 to $700 an ounce for high quality fucking you know, and then there's people selling it for like double that and triple that. It becomes a money grab. It just does. But to each their own. Everybody got to hustle. Everybody got to do their thing, you know. I respect it. I respect people that can get $300-400 an ounce still. Let's fucking go, you know. So, but anyway, enough about that. Enough about that. Yeah, well, I'm not going to talk about anything other than Dank Flow's genetics right now. JB, there's some people in here that have grown ramen, and I'll let the comments probably respond to that.
Yeah, some fire.
But I've had Romulan on. You can go back and look at our conversations as well. If you go back a couple of weeks, me and Jake have done this multiple times. They're all posted on YouTube. You could probably go back and just watch some of that stuff too. But anyway, so the new menu. I know you did. So the FEMs, right? These are going to be FEMs. Let's talk about the FEMs a little bit. And I also want to let everybody know, you know, he's been doing this 2018, 19, 20. We're almost 25. So he's been doing this, you know, about 7 years now. I'm sure he's gone through and tried, you know, different setups, lights, all that. So I feel like if you guys have any questions about genetics, you know, how he does his hunts, I know these come up all the time. So, you know, testing, whatever the fucking case may be, this is the time to ask him these questions. So you guys put them into the comments, and, you know, I'll make sure I put it up on the screen. You guys could ask whatever you want. So shout out to 808 Genetics. I see you over on the Instagram. Shout out to Buddy Kilowatt. Let's go. Empire, Massol, Railings, KK. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. You guys can come over here if you want. And 808, if you want to come on here tonight, let me know. I could always send you a link, you know, because it's only 9:30. I'm going to definitely keep him past 10 o'clock because I ran a little bit late. But
you have me
are
up
you good
all
with that?
night,
What
huh?
time can you stay till?
No, we're good. I took a little nap.
Okay.
Yeah,
808, if you want to come in around like, you know, 10:30, and we could talk about the purple Urkel thing, just let me know. I'll send you a link so you can jump in, you know. Just let me know.
I like some Urkel.
Yeah, we just did a purple Urkel drop menu, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man, this is why I do, you know, I like bringing people together too. I've had 808 on here and brought Tino in here, and those guys are talking about doing, you know, it's cool to be able to have multiple breeders come in here at the same time as well, because then you guys get to know each other, man. You know, you guys at least have that connection where you're like, hey, I was on Dark, you know, like Marcus. Marcus is a really good dude. Marcus has been doing this a long time, bro. He's friends with, like, you know, he's part of the Grateful Heads thing. So have you seen that with Lucky Dog? You know, he's actually part of that, which is fucking, that's an inside scoop to like clone. You know, it's a good they're good people to know. So okay, that being said, my bad. Let's do this. Let's talk. Let's put this up on the screen real quick. What are some of the strains? What are some strains you guys recommend from Dank Flow and Darkstar? So you can go there.
What do I recommend from Dank Flow? Stanky Leg is one of my favorites so far. That's Blacklight Fantasy from Bodhi Genetics. The Plant More Seeds Bodhi, not Green Bodhi. That's, I want to say Mendo Perps with Purple Unicorn, something like that. Super raunchy. Pretty much straight purple buds on most phenos. and she's really easy to grow. She doesn't have heavy newt requirements, and she's pretty fast, 50 to 60 days for most phenos. Um, it's like a beginner's dream, really. That's one of my favorite that I push for beginners because a lot of them, they want to have something that they don't have to put too much effort into. Um, Depends what you're really looking for. That's really what it comes down to. I have a lot of variety. I think there's 30 to 40 strains in my library that are available as of now, and I have a lot of different. Oh, sorry, I was reading that message. It caught me off. um, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot to decipher. You got to really give me something to go on there. What are some strains I'd recommend? Anything with the Monty from the new Monty lineup. Like I said, she hit 3% terpenes. I just won Harvest Cup this year with her. It's a great freaking strain. What is she? She's dominant on the beta carotene. A little bit of limonene in there. Dark, is this kosher? We do all that?
I mean, I pay for this, bro. I mean, we're on Instagram. I don't give a fuck. No, we totally good, bro. Let's go.
I didn't know. I never knew what YouTube and shit.
I mean, my
I've done.
background sort of cuts it out, but
Oh, that's
we
gorgeous.
no. You listen. YouTube will only put an age restriction on it, which like it's all good. And ain't nobody under 18 really need to see it anyway. So I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, I smoke all the time on here. But this is,
Yeah.
StreamYard's cool in the way where they're not gonna censor me. They're not gonna pull my shit down. We could talk about whatever the fuck we want on here. Once it goes on YouTube, we could show grows, we could do all that, but they'll put they'll put an age restriction. So I don't really
Fair
care
enough.
about that. We're good. We're all good.
Good to have that anyway.
Cheers. So hey, 808, real quick. Are you still in there? Yeah, 808. Check. I just added you into the group chat with Dank and Mark. So if you want to jump in here in about an hour, the link is there. All right.
Guess I should pull up the comments. Oh, I could do that on my. Here, let me get up YouTube on my laptop real quick so I can get the comments open.
Well, you should have on the side of your screen. There should be a little box that says comments. You should be able to
Yeah,
pull it up right
no,
on
I
the
can
side of
do
the
that,
screen.
but then it blocks my face. I
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shrink the screen size.
I'm on my phone, so maybe that's doing it different.
Oh, I've never seen it from a phone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different on mobile. It's all
Okay.
weird.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, my laptop's right above me, so I can just have that
Okay.
there.
All right.
There's the comments.
Yeah, it probably looks different on my screen anyway. Marcus is chill as fuck. Marcus is cool as fuck, dude. Marcus been doing it a long time. Marcus from Pennsylvania. Marcus is literally from 10 minutes from me. And Marcus plays the guitar. If you follow his page, he plays the guitar, Deadhead the whole nine. And he's throwing events. We have a connection between somebody I know very well that does lighting and somebody that he know. We both. It's pretty cool, like how we came together, Marcus and myself. So pretty cool.
I forget where I first saw him. It was on Instagram, of course, but there was somebody's page. It was like maybe Bakashi Earthworks or something. It's one of those guys. I seen him commenting on build the soil, maybe something like that. And
Probably Brandon. Yeah, I think
yeah,
Brandon
I've
and
been
him
on
are.
Brandon Rush. Yeah,
Yeah, I've had
that's
Brandon on here
Bakashi,
like
right?
once a month, bro. Brandon's. I like how Brandon actually came here, and we had well, I met him a couple times. We've hung out in person a couple times, but he called me. He's like, "Hey, man, I want to get a really good cheesesteak. Where are we going?" I'm like, "All right, I'll meet you." And brought him out here in Philly to have a cheesesteak and all that. Brandon's cool as hell, bro.
So what's
I'll have
up?
him like once a month. Usually, I'll have him come through here.
He's a smart dude.
He's smart as hell, bro.
Super fucking knowledgeable.
Him and fucking Luna. So I've had Luna come on here. I
Oh
always
yeah, dude.
compare.
She's got so much info on her page.
Yo, Luna's like the female version of Brandon. Like I really want to get them on here together, but I won't even know. Like I'll just sit here like, Like I have no clue what the
Right,
fuck
bro.
they're talking about half the time because they, the word like these huge scientific words, and I'm like, I get it. I'll be like, hey, can you like break it down where people can actually understand what you're saying? But Brandon's cool as hell, bro. Cool as
Yeah,
hell. Hey,
yeah,
Dark, I
that
should
animal
mention about the
orgy is
birthday
definitely
giveaway.
something.
All right, let's go. Okay, Stanky Leg. Dude is a fucking trip. Absolutely. That Stanky Leg looks chunky.
She's got some chunky
Animal.
pinos for sure.
Okay, what's the animal orgy? Talk about that a little
Uh,
bit.
that's Animal Mints BX1 from Sea Junkie, crossed in with the salami glue. That was from our first release, the third leg line. Third leg being salami glue number 19 that I pheno hunted out. Um, it's actually when I say 19, it was actually like the third or fourth run, so it was probably more like 89. But I just for simplicity's sake wanted to keep a little lower numbers. So I reset the count every single pheno hunt. But I ended up nicknaming him Third Leg just because of how like thickly settled his pollen clusters were.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it's straight up all the way up. Um, and then that's kind of where the name came from for the animal orgy. Is I was just looking for some kind of innuendos that kind of fell in line with Third Leg, kind of like the Super Weenie Hut Junior. Like that's where that one come from. The super
Let's
sugar.
go. So break down some of the other strains. I know we're gonna drop some of your strains. Like, I mean, I can go back and look, but you probably know, off the top of your head. So I feel like we should talk
So,
about that a little bit.
so
Because
with the Monty Gluthon reversal, the one that I just did, that's the feminized seeds. Um, I have a pheno hunt right now, actually with all of my seeds. I started with 150 seeds, 5 seeds of each strain, 30 different strains. I have 72 females that are finishing up right now. They're in little 6-inch pots in an 8x8. We can maybe go up there and check those out in a little bit. But they a ton of variety in there. The Good Karma is perhaps one of my favorites right now, and that's the Sweet Jack Haze cross to the Monty. Sweet Jack Haze from Karma Genetics. It's white A5 haze and a Jack 22. Um, I've smoked that thing, that sativa, that Sweet Jack Haze, 6 years. I've been holding on to that girl, and she's been my daily driver for sativa. Uh, and the combination of the two is just like the nose, the aroma off of it is just incredible. I'm very excited to try some of those. And also, I should mention that this is my first run with all of them. I did run through a couple of them just before this run, just to test them, see what's going on in there. Um, and then I also had a bunch of testers that I did send stuff out to just to make sure everything is copacetic. Everything came back good with them for the most part. There was a couple of them that had trouble germinating, and I pulled those off. Those aren't even available. So, um, realize now I don't have sunken ships as my name on here. What are you
I had
doing?
no idea. Yeah, I had no idea who you were. I'm like, okay, cool. Like now I know who you are. That's much better that I know who you are now. Um,
So,
that's how I even knew about you, Dark, a couple years ago from Dank. Let's go. I'm
respect.
assuming that's what you
Yeah,
mean. Let's
that
cool.
sounds like it.
Hell yeah. Like I said, man, he was the first person that sent me freebies. At least like like enough freebies to actually like fill a bunch
What
of
did
orders
it
with. So,
send you? I don't even know. Was it the F3s, the salami leg F3?
bro, I that you had them all tubed up. I don't even remember what they were at this point. I think that is what they were for some reason. I don't know.
Like a little like the dime bag size.
Yeah, I think they were in tubes. I think you had them in tubes, all right,
But
with the
they were in
sticker on.
tubes. I think they were in
I think,
tubes, and then it was in a
yeah,
dime bag, and then it has a sticker on top of that. Yep. Actually, I think
yeah,
I have some next to me. Come to think of it.
yeah. That was a long time ago. That's why I always, like I said at the beginning, man, I always, appreciate that because when you start out as a C bank, especially, and you're trying to like, for people like, I mean, I'm sure now it's got to be so much hard. Like I
Uh-huh.
couldn't even imagine now trying to start a C bank because you have all these little, you have a lot of little C banks that I see like random like breeders on and stuff like that. But to get the breeders,
Yep.
I put a lot of fucking time into it over the years at this point. and I have really good relationships with all the breeders I work with. They're all friends. I don't just work with people and like we don't talk. You know, I'm actually friends with everybody. I can pick up the phone and call pretty much everybody that I work with. But yeah, you were the first person or one of the first people that actually, yeah, that's what
Okay.
they were. I
Focus.
think that's how they were. That actually
Yeah.
offered, enough freebies where I was able to fill orders and have freebies go out. It was cool,
You
I
could
don't
tell how
forget
old
things
these
like that.
are because it says at the human cannabinoid on it.
That's exactly what it said, bro. I will never forget. That's exactly what it said. The human cannabinoid. Like I remember
Oh
reading that I would be like, okay, that's stuck with me 100%, bro.
man. Yeah. Cannabinoid,
Yeah.
whatever. You
Yeah,
knew what I
no,
meant.
for real. Facts. That's wild. That's exactly what
That
it
was a
was.
great name. I'm so mad that I lost that name. It was such a good name.
All right, so great guess. I appreciate you, Bernard. You know this. Um, I think I have some salami glue. Grow it
Dude,
out.
that salami glue has been pushed far and wide, and that's actually probably one of my next projects. I want to continue the line on her. It was like my first thing that I did, and I found a pheno that was absolutely incredible, and then lost it. And I'll never let myself get over that. I call her the red pheno. It was salami glue number 26 from the first run that I did with them, um, and she actually like her leaves were a straight up red. She had a red hue to the buds. Almost reminded me of GMO. Just like heavy rank garlic, but then like some extra like creamy vanilla in there. It was like a little sugary citrus, hints of that. It was very like umami like. It was
I
such a
think I
good,
remember seeing the plant. You had that like she was like red almost, right?
super red, like
And
straight.
you had that posted, right? Like she was
Yep.
fucking like gorgeous.
Yep, and you
Yeah.
could even see like there is plants right next to it that are just like straight up green. You know what I mean? Like there was no lights over it. No, there was no reds that I was like putting over it to increase the photo. Like nothing like that. It was straight white LEDs. Um,
No, she was. I remember that. It stuck with me because that was one that some plants you just are like, yo, that was one of them where I was just like, wow, she is absolutely just like
Forever
for
kick
real, like
myself for losing that one,
beautiful.
but I'm gonna find her again. I know she's in there.
Let's go. You have pics on your eye. I think I might have a picture of it, man. I
Yeah.
actually think that I still have a picture of that because I thought it was that. I think I might. Yeah, I think I might have a picture of it. He might. I don't know. He might. But
If
I'll
you
have to look.
do find the red pheno, I have an ongoing thing for that where pretty much you'll get everything in my library, like a pack of everything. If you can get me that pheno and get it to me and all that, because I will be looking for that thing for the rest of my life.
All right.
it's
Let's
it's one
go.
of those.
Oh, that's who it. Okay. Yeah. CPT. All right. All right. I got you, bro. It says, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that. I'm pretty sure that I have a photo of it. So, yeah, I'll let you know if I find it. Hell yeah.
Oh, just a heads up, my smoke alarm might go off at any minute. It's all good. I'll
It's
mic
cool.
myself up and mute that shit real quick and get
It's
it
all
to
good.
take
Shit
care of.
happens. Let's go.
I'll be smoking.
Uh, I, I'm well here. I can't say people's names, but here, let them know. What strain were we just talking about?
That's a good question. What were
The
we just talking about?
salami.
Oh,
The
salami
salami.
glue.
We hunting, baby. Let's go. We hunting. We hunting. Let's go.
Yeah, so
Okay.
actually there's a bunch of F2s that I did with that salami glue. There was 5 different females that I hunted with, paired with the male. And if I were to say, I'd say the 49, which is version 4, on the site. Oh yeah, we're going through your site. Never mind. We're doing the V4 is where I'd see them the most. That's where a lot of the garlic and a lot of those leaners seem to be hiding out.
Okay. And yeah, so my archive was supposed to get some posts done. We haven't gotten the post yet. I wanted to have this stuff done by tonight. So I will tell you guys this. Um, I will by Friday. It's Wednesday. Most likely by tomorrow afternoon, really. I'll make sure we get everything on the site for you guys to actually go get. We'll run down the menu right now. I think you sent me over. How many strains were we talking about? I don't remember.
So there were 7 total for the
Okay.
Feminized release.
Okay.
There was 3 from the new Go Time cross, and then I think there's 9 total. Actually, if you count Salami Leg and Salami Glue, there's 11 from the originals that are a part of that. So we could do a little bit of everything, whatever.
Okay. So
Anything. I have plenty of stock for most of them. The Fems is going to be a little limited for stock, um, until I can do the next run again, which is right now. But yeah,
all right. So I will get the stuff on the site for you guys by tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, and I will let you guys use the code. This way the initial drop you guys will save some money on, and we'll as soon as I get the artwork done, man, I'll get it posted as well. But like, it's one of those things that like the artwork is just out of my hands. Like the dude takes his time, and it's if you're in here right now, it's frustrating sometimes. I want to get this shit up. And I know we're backed up on like 2 other things that he's working on. So, we'll have the artwork, we'll have some post stuff for you guys as soon as possible on this drop. But it is like you guys will be able to get some fems. I know people like their fems, So I think he said there's 7 options of fems there. And we should probably run down, what there is that we've talked about. Just run straight down the list. If you want to do that, and they can ask some questions, any questions they want,
there we go. Figure I show these real quick. This is the
Here.
Monty. That's the Monty that I'm using right now for the reversal. So what I'm actually gonna do, I decided today I'm gonna spray one of them, and then I'll have Monty S1s available soon enough.
Okay, and that's the award winner, right? That's what just won the
Yep.
award.
Yep.
Okay, so just know that too, guys. He just actually was in a competition in Mass, right?
Yep, Massachusetts Harvest Cup, biggest event of the year.
And he won first place on the Monty, right?
First place.
Let's go. All right, so
That's
there it is right there.
That shit
Bam.
nice. There's a picture of it up on my Instagram.
If you know Alien Space, what is this?
Aliens.
Alien Space Berry that faded out red in the sun. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about one of his strains. Yep, I like the red. They're cool. They have a nice look to it. Very, very beautiful plants and different. I'm not talking about like trop cherry red either. Like a beautiful red. Okay. Let me see. Is 808 still in there? No, he's not in there anymore. Yeah, while looking it up. Congrats on that. Hell yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man, it was a long time coming. I knew it was gonna happen. I said it this year early on. I was like, yeah, it's the year of the Monty. She's gonna take that cup. And I was telling Gilf, Gardens by Gilf is another breeder out here in Massachusetts. He's out in Boston. Wins a lot of awards out here. And I was telling him, I was like, you're gonna have some competition next year because I'm entering the Monty. And
Oh
luckily,
yeah.
it wasn't actually in any of his categories, so it was cool. But
Man, nah, you're
so,
gonna kill that dude, bro. I'm just saying. I already know. You're gonna
he
kill
actually,
that fool. I know who he is. Yeah.
he's a good dude. He's
Um.
got a strain that I actually did at one of my crosses with was the tropical barbecue sauce. It was his. That he's won a bunch of awards with. It's got the GMO with the raspberry diesel, and I've got some of those tropical barbecue marinade as one of the crosses that we're sending to you. Absolute gorgeous plants. They have really good stacking on them, and for the GMO in the lineage, it's actually holding pretty fast. I think we're in week 7 right now, and that pheno hunt's pretty much done. There's a couple that are going to want to go a few more days, but
Okay, so I want to run it down. Tropical barbecue marinade, tropical barbecue sauce to the winning Fino or the winner, the winning cup Monty Gluthon. That's going to be. I think we're going to give you guys options. I think there's 3, 6. How are we going to do the options again? Did we say how we're going to break it down? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. There's 3 seeds per pack. That's how I have them set.
Okay,
Yep.
and then we're going to have the good karma. I just found that thing. So sweet Jack Haze. I think we just talked about that. That's all. All these are going to be to the money. And then we have the Exit 68. So PC3, is that Coma? Wait, no.
No, it's Pith Coast. Pith Coast
Oh,
Farms. That's what I was
okay.
just hoping.
So that is the Piff Coast. Hey, what is that? The Piff. What does the
Like
PC3 stand for?
like Cuban Black Haze, basically.
Okay.
Um, it's like African pith, African something crossed to I forget it. It's like the same cat piss haze that people think of like in New York. You got that cat piss haze. You got that pith that's been around since at least like '90s. Um, but
Yeah.
she was like reintroduced, I guess, by this guy Pith Coast Farms. PC3 is his variation of it that he bred it in to get a quicker finishing pheno.
Yeah,
So
I know him.
she should be done around like 9 weeks typically, versus
Yeah,
your typical Cuban Black Haze just go 12 plus.
I'm actually friends with Piff, so I've hung out with him a couple times at a couple different events.
Yeah,
Actually,
cool.
yeah. So he's a good dude for sure. Okay, so then we're gonna do a blue dream, the impossible dream. So which blue dream cut is it? Is it something
It
you
was
hunted or
actually it was something I hunted from a F3 from Flora Genetics or South Bay Genetics, Flora Nugs on Instagram. He's out in California.
let's go. Capis, man. I'm from Florida. Listen, I grew up in Florida. We could have a whole Piff to Haze. We could have a whole conversation about this, and I have a conversation often. Um, like I said, I was in Florida in the '90s, man. All I did was fucking units upon units upon units of fucking haze because when I moved there, I got in with this one dude that was friends with the Cubans. I lived in Boca. Long story short, no one can get the haze except me and Boca. And I was that guy back then. So we got a couple different phenos of haze. One was the Captus. We had like a metal haze. We had like an incensey haze. And I can't even remember the fourth one right this second just because I'm trying to just talk through it. But if anybody knows haze, especially the Cuban haze, and back in then, it's definitely me. All right, wait, I gotta restart. It's on hold on. Let me get us back onto Instagram real quick. Hold on one sec, man.
Good thing.
Yeah, I want you to show that. Well, I want to make sure you're still, because I can't. Just so you know, I can't see right now because I'm in a totally different place. Yeah, because I only have hour lives on Instagram, so I have to
Yep.
restart it every hour. All right, hold on. Oh, I almost spelled your name wrong.
That's all right.
Bam. Bam.
I don't know how to zoom in on this one. Never used it on here. I don't know what you can.
Yeah, I have no idea how it looks from that side. It's cool that it lets you come on a mobile device. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've actually done this before. Now that I come to think of it, with South Bay Genetics, same guy that did the Blue Dream F3.
Okay.
Some of these got rock solid colas.
All right, bam. All right, we're back on Instagram now. There we go. Let me get back into here so I can see. All right, there we go. All right, we're back. Let's go. I don't know what they're doing on Instagram. I don't know. That's where they're scared of YouTube. It's weird, bro. I don't get it. I don't know. They always say, I don't want to go to YouTube. I have to give my name and sign up. I'm like, you really don't, though. You know, like you actually don't. You can go in as a guest and just watch. I mean, shit, I never made an account to watch video. You know, it's like, I don't even get that. Well, I have to make an account. No, you don't. Come to Instagram and just fucking type it in. You can watch. You might not be able to comment, you know. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know I don't think it's a huge deal. You know, worried about stupid stuff. We're on fucking social media. You know, those days are over about worrying shit because if they want to know where you are and what you're doing, they're gonna know. It's that simple. You know. Okay. Anyway, beautiful garden. What's the tall ones in the back? Okay, let's
That's
go.
I'm talking about the good karma.
I'm just reading. Aaron said, hell yeah, beautiful garden. What's the tall ones in the back?
Yeah, that's them right here. That's the good karma. That's the sweet Jack Hayes with the Monty Gluthon.
Damn, look at those colas, bro.
So,
That's fucking. Those are some nice colas right there. That one's different. What
beauties.
was that one? That one's not. Look at that. That was a beast, bro. She looked like a piece of corn coming out of there almost.
Yeah, go to the other side.
Let's go.
Yeah, this one's a bit of a beast too. It could have been fed a little bit better, but they're in 6-inch pots. You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much fed them water only the whole way through.
And then someone said, "What's that dark green squatter?"
I was probably on the other side, or you meant the one in the solo cup over here?
I told you I couldn't see the screen, so I don't know when he was saying it. I just saw the screen just now. Yeah.
It was probably out in the back over there. That was probably the dark mage, which is dark sage cross to the Monty.
Okay.
Some of these are really frosty. The 631 cross.
It's going to look like corn, right? Yes. Bro. That's fucking sick. That was like one of the nice. Really, that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That was
What's
impressive.
that?
You know, she was thick. That's all.
Oh, about that one.
Yeah, that one right there is just perfect, man. Like perfection almost. Really. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's
so
right
what
there.
is your medium? Like, what are you growing in? What kind of lights are you using? You know, break it down a little bit. The garden.
So this is the medium. It's a little 6-inch pot. It's got basically just like a super soil, I guess you'd call it, because
Okay.
it is my living soil mix. It's the organic East Gardener OEG method. That's what I use for growing most of my stuff. It's a little bit tailored to my own liking, but it's got basically like Pro Mix or what's the other one? Sunshine 4 Mix, either of those. You add in some castings, some compost, and what's the other thing? Down to earth amendments. I use a vegan mix and the BioLive. Trying to think what else. I think this is the squat green ones they were talking about before.
Okay.
Um, believe those two are the lupins. Lupins is the watermelon Skittles to Durban poison to cream soda, Rostamonte. Um, and then this one right here is the dark sage. Let me open up this door. Actually, this one's the ice cream cake with Monty as well. That one's not released currently. I have to do more of those to have a good stock for them. As for lighting, I have just LEDs in here.
Okay. What week are you in? You're like, I mean, they're almost done, obviously.
Yeah, it's about week 7.
So what's the flowering like? What's your average flowering time? Is there a big gap in flowering times, or are they mostly like around like 8, 9, 10 weeks?
What I'm seeing here, it looks like they're about on par. There's some that could go a little longer. There's some piff
Yeah.
that I'm seeing. I think is that one over there. Um, there's a couple ones that are like you said. Some of these they're still green.
Hmm.
They might need to go a little bit longer. But yeah, for the most part, they're about 60, 70 days is what it's looking like. So there's some that do go a little bit quicker. Like I've noticed, like one of these lupins here, she's nearly done. She's starting to brown out on top. She's got some full fade pretty much. For the most part, they're pretty quick, I'd say. I have the go time crosses. I know those are gonna go a little bit longer because the go time has heavy sativa lineage in it. I don't even know where those are, but they're like laced up in here. This one over here, for instance. I think that's Piff with go time right there. And that one's still got white hair shooting out everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
There's another one. This looks like a salami leg go time.
So what is the go time?
So go time was from Jinx Proof. I think it was originally from Subcool, TGA
Okay.
Genetics. Um, and that one has very extensive lineage. It was Jog, Jesus OG Kush with Norton. We've got like Jack the Ripper in there. It's got the Space Queen, all that. Um, Lamb's Breath, Lamb's Bread, whatever. Um, what was else in there? Like very cheesy kind of profile, like cheesy, a little bit of grapefruit. Trying to figure out this darn video thing. I'm gonna go show off the Dark Sage real quick. This is the mother to the Dark Mage.
That's good.
This is a 4x4 tent with the 30-gallon pot of living soil. It's on its seventh
Okay.
cycle now. Yeah, she's an absolute beast. Pretty much wall to wall on the 4x4.
Yep. Filled up nicely.
She's gorgeous. Look, I got some clover hiding out over here. That's pretty incredible too, because the height of the pot, like it's way down there. I got clover reaching up the top, and I got some sour diesel hiding out in here. That's the sour diesel BX3 that I used for the Ridgetown. That was the original cross that I did with the salami glue mail.
So do you know what kind of sour diesel it is, or
Um, I'm not exactly sure. It was Top Dog Genetics. That's where I got it from, the BX3.
okay?
I don't know which cut he used. I know it has some Chem Dog in it, um, like the Trey Dog, but I don't remember exactly. I think it was might have been Red Sour.
Yeah, there's definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. I know JJ, and I know him and Rez do not like each other. And he did some F4s, some F234 and some BX234s. He definitely didn't use Rez's. I can
Probably.
guarantee it.
I've seen somebody say it once before. That's the only reason I said it. I had no
Hell
idea.
no. JJ and him do not like each other. Like they actually like go back and forth where they're like they'll put weird,
It was probably him saying it.
Yeah, it probably was him saying it. It definitely, I guarantee you, JJ did not use Reza Sour. Like, guarantee it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. But
Yeah, I
either
don't
way,
really know him like that.
JJ is, yeah, yeah.
I just know that when I first started doing this shit, I released my first seeds through East Coast Seed Bank. He's no longer got the bank running, but that was he's like the guy that introduced me to a lot of genetics because he was cool with JJ. At one
Yeah.
time, I think he stocked some of his seeds. He used to sell like his you know all kinds of stuff to him.
Yeah, yeah. I work with J. I do work with JJ. JJ is, cool.
Oh, it's on this leaf.
Yeah, exactly. Hugo, CPT. You're CPT, right? Ex Hugo. I can't remember if that was you or not CPT, but yeah. Garden's looking fucking proper. No doubt, bro. I mean, you definitely come a long way because I remember, I remember seeing, I remember you switching, saying I'm gonna move into someplace big. Like I remember having a conversation with you a way while back now, and you killing it. So
Yeah, it definitely come a long way. When I, like you said, I was having a bit of a learning curve when I switched to the living soil for sure, and definitely learned a bunch of things along the way. And I've noticed that the bigger pots, like they're actually able to sustain life. And it is more of a living soil situation versus if you're doing 5 gallons, 10 gallons, such like that. That's more of a super soil, which
yeah, like a bit,
works. But to
right?
to try and reuse those every run, you're gonna run into a lot of issues with deficiencies and even like buildup that you're not able to flush out as well because just it doesn't have enough. What's the word? Like rhizosphere or whatever. But the rhizosphere is not big enough. You need more room down there for the biology to do its thing.
Yeah, I think that's when we spoke. I think you were about to go in the beds. I think that was what you were talking about, switching over in the beds. So,
Yeah,
like I said, it was a while ago.
I still haven't actually fully converted. I have a basement that I'm working on building out for that. Try to get some beds going down there. Because right now I'm actually about to have a tenant move in up here, so I'm not going to have any of this space available anymore. I'm about to convert everything over again. So that's what it is. Sometimes you just make a new plan. It's
Let's
cool.
go. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
might be headed back to New York soon too. Honestly, so after winning the Harvest Cup here, it was part of my 5 year plan was just get my stuff out there in Massachusetts and then move on somewhere else. Keep building.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Definitely time for me to make a move. I've been trying for a little while now.
Yeah,
Tried, went to Michigan, back and forth to Michigan. It's a whole story. But basically, we're always looking for more space. I feel like that's just the thing as a grower.
for sure.
We never have enough room. We just don't. Um, but hell yeah. Let me see. So I think we talked about you. We did the Blue Dream. You brought up the watermelon Durban. Wait, no, did we talk about that? So Lupin's watermelon
Very,
Durban
very
soda.
briefly. Yeah.
What is that? The
So
watermelon
that's
Durban soda.
so that's from Big Red's farm. He's out in California.
Okay.
He had a clone only of cream soda that he found in his own genetic work. It was a mystery genetic. He didn't know the lineage on it, but it straight up tastes like cream soda, like a fresh can of cream soda. And I was getting stuff of that, back in 2012, getting packs of that from him. Um, Gorgeous buds, absolutely gorgeous. He lost that cut, but he did some breeding work with it, and that was one of the seeds that he sent out to me was watermelon Skittles crossed the Durban Poison, crossed to the cream soda, and then I took that and crossed that into the Monty, and that was the other. That was the strain that I was talking about way earlier. That was 3% terpenes as well. I had both
Okay.
that and the Monty hit 3% terps. So the Lupins, she's crazy. She got a lot of different phenos in there. Hold on. Like this purple one here, that was one of the lupins. This one next to it, more of like a blue kind of hueish color to her. Um, this was another one. The thing with the lupins is this is the same thing that he had with the original cream soda cut. Is she just jumps off right away. As second that she hits the bottom of the pot, she's gonna flip to flower, and there's nothing you can do to stop her. So if you let her get root bound in any sort of way, she's flipping to flower, and that's it. So you might want to pop multiples if you're gonna try and fill a space with her. Cloning her is kind of like nearly impossible. Like you can do it, but like I said, you have to make sure that you're not getting her like root bound at all. The roots can't touch bottom of the tray when you're rooting it. They can't touch the like the bottom of the cup once you put them into a new cup, a new container. It's a really quick process with it. You have to be on top of your transplanting if you want her to stay healthy and in veg. Um, but
And
she
which one is that?
that's the lupins.
Is it? It's not an auto. It's not an auto though.
No,
Right?
not at all. There's no ruderalis in it.
Okay.
It's very interesting how it works. I'm
Is she a
not
quick
sure, but
flowering time? Is she really fast flowering time? Or
yeah,
no?
yeah, for sure. I mean, this is one of them right here, and she's pretty much done already.
Okay. Interesting.
But you can veg them out. Like, don't get me wrong, you can totally get them like nice big plants. Like I had a couple of them that I did outdoors this year. You got nearly a pound off of them. They're pretty solid. Um, they
This
have
is good.
really good
Oh,
bug.
wait, real quick. I forgot. I saw this. I saw this gearhead. I'm late to the party. Congrats on the competition. What strain did you win with?
That was the Monty Gluthon. That's the feminized line that we just did. Did the reversal with the Monty Gluthon, the winner. And this right here is the Dark Sage cross the Monty.
And real quick, you got Alien Forest. Yo, Dank Flow, much love, homie.
Hey,
This
much love,
man's
brother.
terps are nasty in the best way. The best way.
You're not lying. I don't know what else in here. Yeah, some of them, didn't make the cut. There's definitely some that I might I might consider as keepers. We gotta actually get the whole quality control test. We'll see for sure. But yeah, I'm specifically looking at that one right there. That's the ice cream cake cross to go time. That thing is a menace. Super ranked herbs and gorgeous structure on it. I don't know that I'll release those. I had very little seeds that come from that one. But there are a couple go time crosses. This is like the stanky leg grow time. I believe we're gonna send some of those over to you. The stanky leg go time is the big fat smelly pum pum. That's what we ended up naming her. And this thing literally smells like grease. Like smells like used kitchen grease and like just sweat.
Okay, and I want to give people an idea. Like I'm looking at some of the pricing, so you guys will get really good deals on these packs. The third leg, 15 seeds, $75. 5 seeds, $30. So these are that's retail, right? Yeah, want to make sure. Is that retail? Yeah, it has to be. Okay,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
so
yeah. That's what I sell them
uh,
for on my site.
so you guys, there's glue pops, sweet meat, bucket of glue, Ridgetown 631, which is the Eastmont, which is interesting. Stanky leg is the black light fantasy draw.
Oh
The third
yeah,
leg is
we
peanut
could
butter
we could
bread.
talk about that for a second if you had a second
I
after you're
got.
done.
I'm
Though.
not in a hurry, man. Yeah, let's talk about. That's why I just pulled this up because I wanted to.
Said that's interesting. I was like, yeah, we had to talk about that.
When am I gonna have Elliot? I don't know who that is, man. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I don't. You hit me up. Obviously he's a friend of Dank Flow. I honestly don't know who he is. Give me a follow on Instagram, and we'll figure it out. Oh shit, 808 in the house. Let's go. Might as
Yo,
well get all
yo.
three of us up here.
I'm trying to figure it out, man.
Let's go. Oh yeah. All right, but let's talk about that one. Let's talk about that. And I know, like I said, we're almost at 10:30 right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
no, we got time. Like I said, we got time. I want to have probably gonna just the last half hour leading up to 11. Probably gonna talk to 808 about some of his drop as well. So let's finish
Sure.
talking about your drop though. And
Sure,
then
yeah.
and questions.
Yeah, any questions for sure. Yeah, the 631 is you notice they had the Eastmont in there as well. That was a different cut of Eastmont. That was a female cut when the for Monty Gluthon, that was a male I used. Um, but yeah, they both come from Grandiflora Genetics, Eastmont. And the difference between them, the main difference between the 631 and the Monty Gluthon is that the 631 has salami leg added into the line as well.
Where's this
So Monty Gluthon was GG4 with Eastmont, and then 631 is Eastmont with salami glue. So it's got that salami leg added in with the G4.
Let's go. I mean, the real first of all, let me introduce you. If you guys don't know each other, 808 Genetics. This is Dank Genetics. Figure
What's going on, brother?
like to introduce you guys.
Finishing up with work. Basically, I seen Dark's invite late. The camera's like backwards.
Yeah.
It's like throwing me.
Yeah, I figured we could talk.
Yeah,
I knew once. Yeah, I knew we were gonna. I kept Marcus a little bit later than I wanted to, so I think we were about. I wanted to make sure by about 10:30 we should be done. We should have everything done, but you guys can both stay on at the same time too.
Week 6 of bloom in there, or
what was
how
that?
far in the bloom? How far in the bloom are you?
I think this one's on like week 3, week 4.
Oh wow, fast flower set.
Yeah, she's still a little early. She probably about 63 days for this one, the Dark Sage.
It's looking good.
Yeah,
I was gonna guess it was like 36 days or something.
Creeping up around there, probably around 20, 27, 28.
Some great looking colas in that cabbage patch from Tim. Some great looking plants, thank you. Listen, why don't you guys come to YouTube, man? You guys drive me crazy. You drive me crazy on Instagram. I mean, I do it on Instagram because I know that everybody knows. But come to there's Twisted. All right, let's go. I see Twisted in there. I was about to say, what's up, Twisted? Get your ass over here, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me throw this up real quick. 808 is like Cheap Trick. He is the hardest working man in cannabis. Let's go.
Cheap Trick.
We steady grinding.
What up, Twisted?
Twisted said, "What's up, my fellow masshole?" I think you know Twisted. Twisted is a homie. All right.
You tell that guy
Right,
you said Dark. You want some of the guy Duke Craft. Tell him Busty some of that 808 runs to try out, or the bombshell.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Duke was I've known Duke for a while. He actually had found a whole bunch of old seats. And long story short, bro, we have been talking like for years now, 2-3 years at minimum. And he's cool. Yeah, Duke's the homie. Another one. We got connections all around. It's cool. Like a couple of degrees of separation sometimes, right? All right, so the Blacklight Fantasy, the Peanut Butter Breath, the Super Sherp, the Animal Mints, BX1, those are all to his third leg. And packs are going to be like $60 for 10, like almost a full pack for $60. You guys will get really good deals. We'll see if we can make them 10 packs. I'll see if we could meet somewhere in the middle so we don't have the same seed amounts on both sites or something. We'll figure that out though. But you still have the Salami Leg F2 as well, the Romberry Garlic Breath. Those are still available. Salami Glue F2. Yep. And then you did a BX1 with the Salami Glue also. What's the SG19?
That's the male. That's third leg.
Oh, SG, Salami Glue, my bad. Okay.
Yep. SG19 is third leg.
And then the last one on this menu is the Cherry Salami 91. So that was Skunk VA's Cherry Pit or Cherry Pie?
I don't think that did I put that one on the list? Because I don't think I'll be able to give any of those out.
Okay, yeah, it was on the list. Okay.
My bad. The Cherry Salami VX1 Cherry Salami 91 was from Cherry Pit. It was a Cherry Pit, which does have a cherry pie line to it. Like that's part of the lineage in there. I forget exactly what it was.
Let's go.
But yeah, I looked at those earlier. I only have like 5 packs of those even left.
That's the worst when you want more packs of something and it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I might have to keep some of those and run through some. I might have some in a jar still, honestly.
That's how the Widow Chem Dog ended up being. We wanted to make a bunch of it and it just didn't work out that way. So we had to just breed
Sometimes
with it.
you can reach out to the community, see if they have them. Try and get them
No,
back.
no. We were trying to make a good amount of the widow chem dog, and it just like ended up being like, nope, you're gonna have to breed with it to make
Oh
more of
yeah,
it.
yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes they don't put out.
It actually
Yeah.
breeds well. It's just the widow is such an old school strain. It's like I had to relearn to grow it essentially. You know what I mean? Like I grew it back in the day. It's been fucking damn near 20 years since I last grew it. So it's like I forgot how little it drinks in comparison to other stuff and all that.
Yeah, he's Dankflow Genetics 2.0 on IG. And TW, all you have to do is go to the post that we did on my page, and you'll see a link, or I have them tagged on the post. So go look on the page where I posted the thing.
Make sure you
Oh,
type in Dank
you're on
Flow.
YouTube. All right, so
Yeah, Dank Flow, not Dank Flower.
oh, Dankflow Genetics, Dankflow Genetics. And listen, if you're on YouTube, this will be, as soon as this ends, it'll be posted right to YouTube. If you guys have questions, just put it in the comments and the questions, and I'll get to it tomorrow, and I'll give you guys links to pages. So Dankflow Genetics 2.0 is this page anyway. 808 Genetics 2.0 or LLC. If you guys have any questions, I'll leave it in the comments tomorrow, and I'll make sure I respond to them. So
I'm trying to like figure out how to get my stealth back on the other screen, and I can't figure it out now. Oh, I was zoomed in. I got it. Never mind. Fucking stoner shit.
all right, let's go,
I
Jonathan
got some
Carter.
Gary Payton running it indoors so I can get an actual feed on what I think of Gary Payton, because I tried the hash of Gary Payton. It seems dope. The flower I've tried seems dope, but I always like to grow up myself to really figure out what we're dealing with.
Absolutely.
It's all about the
All right.
terp,
Well, I just wanted to say we're gonna have that stuff that we spoke about, whatever we can, by Friday. If Dank flows on the site, we'll get the artwork done. You guys keep an eye out for a post. If you guys want any of that stuff, Friday. If you guys are sign up for the email list too, because I'll put out an email, and that's what you guys, and the Marcus stuff too. The Golden Road Seacoast stuff that should be on the site tomorrow. Friday at the very latest, I'll have both these guys stuff on the site. And then I'm going to talk with Jake a little bit here, 808 Genetics. And we're going to talk about the purple Urkel drop that we just did. So it's going to be a build your own bundle, purple Urkel crosses. They're on the site. Now I'm going to put a banner up on the bottom. So for anybody that's in here that doesn't know the website.
And there was a couple others, Dark, that we found. Like we got Sunset Sherbert Blueberry back cross to the Purple Urkel BX4. So there are a couple things that I'm going to send you separately that can be added on it. We just didn't realize we had it, and then we're making a bunch of seed inventory today. So I made like a separate list going, oh, we didn't offer this to Dark. We need to offer him these. And I also did talk to Ricky, and he could have came on at like 2 today, but I was just caught up with my whole day was just a fucking madhouse trying to get everything done. So it didn't really, that time at 2 wouldn't have worked for me today. But basically he's got his kids, we call kids Groms in Hawaii. He's got his kids, and 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, he could probably come on. Any later than that would be hard for him. But we can put together a list, and then I talked him into doing something where, like, for everyone that buys a pack for this many first people, we'll throw in like a 3B freebie. So like 3 free seeds of like one of our dope PMP collab cross things.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
That way it's like they're getting a full pack of 1 plus 3 seeds. That, like, we'll put the freebie in the normal pack and have it labeled so people know like they're the freebies included, or if that's confusing, we can keep them separate.
No, I like it. I'd rather them be, I mean,
that way you don't got to package it. That way you don't got to package it.
100%, bro.
Yes. And then we're just like, here's
Yeah.
the deal and here's the thing. And then you can just, because like, that's what a lot of people don't get, right? Is like, oh, I ordered my seeds. Like, shouldn't you have already shipped it already? Well, like, for us personally, we're producing enough seeds to where a lot of stuff, we can't package the entire amount of seeds we make at once. 1, the amount of packaging. 2, you don't want to like have it not in your cold room or not in your fridge long term. Like, the seed packs that you make, it's ideal to like you make them and you move them. You're not like I made a bunch of packs and they're just sitting around. You know what I mean?
No doubt, bro.
So that's how we do our business, is because in Hawaii, like you go to order food, it's like they make it right there. Just like you go to a dope restaurant and they make it right there. Like, do you want the fucking shit that's been sitting there just sitting around? You know what I mean? You don't know how long it's been on the shelf. Or do you want something where you're like, yeah, this came out the fridge, we made this batch, and that 20 or 100 packs that we made of that sold that month, guaranteed. It's, you know what I mean? It's gone already. It's not.
Listen, I had an order come. I hope the person's not in here, but it is what it is. I had an order coming this week, like we're on Thursday. It wasn't even this weekend. I think it was 2 days ago. And it says pre-sale, so it was another bundle. You know, we put some more up there. And they were like, hey, man, it's been like 72 hours. Why is my order shipped yet? Like, yo, I didn't even respond because I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to respond.
Dude, we have guys that are like, I waited 6 months for my order, right? But then they don't know damn well, like, they pre-ordered that shit and we said it was 3 to 4 months out. You
yeah,
I mean?
and I put pre-order anyway, you know?
And then you're like, oh, I'm at the top of the list. It's like, no, dude, you're at the fucking very bottom of the list for those pre-orders. And then you're like, why did it take this long? It's like, don't buy a pre-order if you don't want to wait. The whole idea behind a pre-order is you're getting in at a lower price, so you get it guaranteed. Not like, oh, I'm going to wait for the drop date, and then now I'm going to get custied at $100 a pack, $200 a pack, and it is, you know what I mean? Like, we all been there.
I put pre-order, you know, I put that stuff on there as like, you know, this is a pre-order. It will ship around this time.
I'm just saying, like, we're not about like trying to make a production line of like, I'm going to package 1,000 of one strain, and then how the fuck do I store that properly? Like, I don't have enough fridge space to keep the seeds like that. I do have a specified cold room, but a cold room isn't good for like more than like 3 years storage. A fridge is proper for like that longer term storage. A cold room is only at like 40 degrees, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like for us, it's all about like how to do it, right? And so it's like you package it as it's needed to go out. You bring it up to room temp in an AC'd room, so it's not like coming straight out the fridge and going in the mail. And then that way there's no condensation or anything weird. You know, so it's kind of the rules of engagement that breeders don't talk about. And I feel like if we just kind of come and give transparency of like, look, I know everybody thinks do it like this, but here's the reality, right? Like, let's say we go through 12,000 packs in 3 months, right? So if I go make 1,000 of 12 different strains and I don't sell those, I'm already having to throw down another batch of money. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you're making the stuff to order, you're not like, oh, I ran out of materials and I have all these Mylars that aren't selling as well because of reason X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, no, don't store. Listen, if you're on a long-term storage, so I mean, I'll let you answer it, but
yeah, I mean, if you're storing it for any time more than a month, like if you're gonna grow it within a month, even then stick it in the fridge, right? But if you're talking long-term storage, you could consider freezing. But on the real, I've had seeds in the fridge for 10, 20 years, and they still pop. So, you know, with the freezer, you got to just assume you're losing 10% off the rip. So off that, you know, and don't go straight from room temp to the freezer. Like go into the fridge and then from the fridge into the freezer.
Yeah, that's what I, you know, especially listen, even if you're in the if you're in a
like, I wouldn't freeze them unless you're like, I'm keeping it for 10 plus years before I do anything with it.
And if you have a designated refrigerator for seeds, that's one thing too. Just understand, like
my seeds in my family fridge when we weren't a breeder, and what I found is, you know, the kid leaves the fridge door open, this, that, the other, condensation problems. So at this point, we have a specific seed fridge and a bunch of mini seed fridges, right? And so the ultimate final boss is either a cold room with a controlled humidity, or even better, like a beer froster, because you can get beer frosters to like 33, 34 degrees. They suck out all the, there's no weird moisture in a beer froster, or, you know what I mean? That's the ultimate. But a fridge will work perfectly fine. Just in the back of the fridge, don't leave the door open and then go and blame the breeder like, yo, the seeds germed in the fridge on me. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I've literally had guys hit me up and tell me that, and they're like, was it in the door and you like left the door open? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, you know,
Yeah, the
like I opened
condensation.
the container and the seed was growing in the fucking.
Yeah, they'll start to do that from the condensation. So be cautious. Like
Yeah,
if you have
like,
if you're only storing seeds for not a long time, you could store them at room temperature in a dark place too. Like you'll be good.
You'll be
Large
fine.
amounts like 808 as
Yeah.
a breeder, he wants to keep everything fresh for you guys. But as a consumer, like you guys can store it in, a cool place, cool dark place.
There's
where
nothing worse than you just pull down this big crop of seed and you're like, I got 15 pounds of seed. And then you're like, oh, heat exposure. It's like, nah, dude, fuck that. Because then now you're worried about the vitality of the seeds, the vigor, like if shit's going to get weird. So it's like if you just cold chill them off the cure and then you winterize them in the fridge. And then from there, you can restage them back in your cold room for that first like 6-month period. And then they slowly get like as the menu gets less hot, it goes in the fridge. And then from there, it's like you pull it as needed. A sea vault will work, but like I said, a refrigerator. You can add some desiccant packs. You can add some rice. There's many different options. Really, just make sure that there's no moisture leaking in there, no beer can effect happening, and you're good. And I can't see the chat, but throw up some fire emojis for Dark, posting this, hooking everybody up, giving them content, information, all that.
Let's go.
I should have some octane for you, Dark. That shit's fucking
Yeah, I want some octane, bro. I just want some octane, I do.
Gas. It's real gas.
That's
Like you're
exactly
like,
what I
oh, Sugar
want.
Tits has some gas to it. It's like, listen,
It's
I don't
got some-
brand
yeah.
that shit. That to me, for 808 standard, nah, that is not gas. That is candy with a touch of gas. You know what I mean?
I like.
And
this
I know
one
you
too.
specifically asked for gas, but I
I
wanted
want some.
it ready for you. I didn't want to like send it and it wasn't cured and right.
No, listen. I like the fucking sugar. I like the sugar tits. I
Oh,
like
it's
that.
killer, but I'm just letting you know.
But I want.
As my
Yeah,
dad would
I want-
say, candies for kids, and real men want gas and funk, and
I want some gas, baby.
yeah. Like the
I like
sugar
it.
tits is like the sugar tits is that like borderline like girls and guys will like it, but it's not like so strong that girls are just gonna walk away from it. Like fuck that, you know what I mean? And like no discrimination. I know there's girls out there that can probably outsmoke me, so you know what I mean. I know there's ones out there that really smoke fucking crazy, but I'm saying
Yeah, I know
in
one.
general, like the general population, you pass a girl some like citrus, some lemon, some candy, they're like, oh yeah, they're all about it. You pass them some gas, you're like maybe some real G, you know what I mean? Some real G girls are like, yeah, I'll smoke that gas, but most girls be like falling out, like, nah, like I was not prepared.
Yeah, I definitely have one in mind that she's all about. She I know she gotta smoke my ass.
I'm saying it goes both ways, but I'm saying men
Yeah.
in general like the gas, women in general like the candy. There are men though that I know that prefer candy. There are women I know that prefer the gas. It's like
There you go. Scott says candy gas. I'm all about the candy gas.
I'm already listen. As a breeder, I'm
I like the
100%
candy.
on the candy gas wave. I'm like, you could say I'm the #1 fanboy over here with the Runts BX4. Like, you know what I mean? Like, guys want to talk shit on Runts, but I'm like, I can't tell you how many small farmers hit us up and we're like, yo, like, thank the Lord, your genetics came my way. I was ready to like pack up shop and like this fucking pheno like saved my whole fucking house, my garden, like everything. Like, I got my price that I was trying to get. Like, save my ass, and like that's why we do what we do. Is it's like at the end of the day, do you feel good telling someone pay me 50 grand for a cut if they're not like a big dog? No, you want the little gardener to be able to survive and profit, and the grassroots people to flourish, because that's where it started.
All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Purple Urkel menu. Dank Flow, you can hang out as long as you want.
I was just I'm about to run. I gotta take the dog out. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got the Roddy. He got the fucking killer.
Run through your Urkel stuff. Nice to meet you, Dank Flow, because I gotta go spray some plants here, Dark. I got about 18, 20 minutes.
That's perfect. I don't want. That's all I want to go. I want to go 17 more minutes, man. We going right to 11 o'clock. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect timing.
I'll leave you
So
up to it. Much
to meet
love,
you,
right?
All right, man.
Much
Thank you.
love.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll get it figured out on the menu.
Grab some Dank Flow drops. Support the guys that are coming out doing their hard-earned stuff. You know, it's not easy to be a breeder. It's very easy to be on the other side and go, I'm gonna talk shit and throw peanuts and tomatoes, but it's real hard to put yourself out there and be judged. You know, I was honestly very afraid to do it back in the day. That's why it took us so many years to bring out seeds, is I know exactly how people can be critical.
Let's go. I just popped some cherry.
Those are bangers. Cherry Bang Bang 2.0, Guava Nectar, both heaters, great choices. You will find a lot of fruit, a lot of candy, some gas in there too. You know, pretty much anything we make is going to have gas. Like, there are a handful of things like papaya to ZBX3. You'd be hard pressed to find stuff with gas unless the mother parent carries it. But pretty much anything else that we make has layers of gas to it. It's just different levels, right? Like, some people like the candy gas, some people like the straight gas. I've never heard anyone say they want candy fruit with no gas, but I'm sure those people do exist. Yep, pass the gas.
Pass the gas, baby.
Dude, oh my God burger, the OMG burger buckets, Dark. Anyone who got them, bro, there's probably some guys in the YouTube right now, they'll tell you that shit is the fucking truth. When you open the jar of that GMO BX4, oh my God, that's literally what comes out your mouth.
I know. You keep telling me, man. I want to fucking, you know.
Dude, it was like that. The burger buckets are here. I still got some OMG burgers, but like, honestly, it's like so fucking good. I wanted to keep it for myself, dog. It's like top. You know, when you get hash and you're like, yo, this is the best hash I've seen in my life, or this is the best whatever, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Top 3 ever. See right there.
I got,
oh
my God.
Hash, though. You have the pack of the hash buckets.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want the bucket.
The packs are even more than the bucket because you can grow it eternally. Like, you can just keep growing it, but you got to clone it. You got to wash it. It's work.
All right, so we got what? We got a new menu up, guys. We're going to talk about this menu a little bit. You guys have any questions for 808? Like you heard him say, we have 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Let's talk about this Urkel. So purple Urkel, just so you guys know, this is a top dollar strain, trend-setting strain from back in the mid-2000s. On the real, it was $6 a pound. If you knew, guys, a lot of guys are getting custodied at that like higher price point than that even. And a lot of you probably that are younger are like, yo, $6 a pound, that's unheard of, right? But in the illicit day, like legal shit, guys are getting, you know, $400 or $500 an ounce out here in Hawaii all day, every day, no questions asked. I've heard higher prices in Waikiki, right? And so I don't live there, I don't know, but $400 to $500 is a real price, and tourists, locals, whatever, they would all buy that. If you had real Urkel all day, they wouldn't bat an eye at it, right? And so it was one of those strains where it came through, it dominated the market. A lot of people shied away from it at first because it was purple weed. Purple weed had this stigma in the late 90s, early 2000s of it wasn't as stony, but Urkel changed a lot of people's mind because that shit was knockout, slumpy weed, tasting like fucking the bomb all the way through, just grape candy, had some incensiness to it that some people will say is kind of reminiscent of some different hazes, but the purple Urkel is definitely an indica slumper. There isn't that like sativa zap to it, but amazing. If I was to pick a top 5 off of the menu, I mean, sugar tits to the purple Urkel is kind of like an obvious must-have. Yeah, we do got Moana's gift bundles. I think I can get some to Dark. I don't know if I did yet.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Your first QP exactly. But I'm saying really dank weed back in the day had a high value to it. Nowadays, you got a bunch of people pushing commercial mids. So when people hear high ticket pounds, they shy away from it, not realizing like, you know, you want to eat that Wagyu steak, you got to pay that price. It's just, that's the price point, right? So it's like,
oh, no. Bro, I was, even the people I like
get hooked up with Dark, 5 packs, 808 Genetics official shit. There will be only the pre-order delay. Like as soon as you guys put in your orders, he tells me it's easy to send in a bunch of that. He'll bang it out quick. So sugar tits, purple Urkel BX4, that's a must-have. The Sherbanger Purple Urkel BX4, to me, that's a must-have. The I would go with Crippy, but if you don't want Crippy, if you want San Fernando Valley, if you're more of an OG fan and you don't know what the Crippy is, either of those, Crippy or the San Fernando Valley to the Urkel BX4, must-have. The Skittles, I believe, is in that equation as well. Yep, there is a White Widow Urkel cross. Highly recommended, but remember, Widow is a little bit slower vegging plant, so be patient. Don't put it with stuff that's just going to blow up over the top of it, and you'll be rewarded with some really, really good weed. We have your Purple Urkel to ring. Okay, I don't know what ring is. Maybe
the runts. He misspelled.
That's a good one. So he does have Runts Purple Urkel BX4. I would recommend that as well. The only reason I mentioned Sugar Tits, in general, the Sugar Tits crosses and the Runts crosses, people who grow out both prefer the Sugar Tits mom. And that's what I've been saying since day one, is the Sugar Tits to me is a better Runts. Yeah, Purple Urkel is really, really terpy, beautiful fucking color to it. But most of all, it's like some of the best feeling weed that when you smoke it, you just feel happy, relaxed. It's like what a good indica should be. You know, so it was very popular for a reason. You got one pack of the OMG burger? Yeah, we still got a handful of those left, but they're basically sold out, which I was telling Dark, we went through like 1,000 packs of that. So somehow it is our most popular strain of all time, which is not surprising, but I would have thought one of the Runts crosses would have done better, but somehow it didn't.
So this stuff is down the side.
GDP and Purple Urkel are like this. Purple Urkel is the original. The GDP, the Cherry Pie, that all is descendants of the Urkel. And anyone who's had all of them will tell you the GDP was a watered down version of the Urkel. You know, and the Cherry Pie, you can't really say it's a watered down version of Urkel. It's just slightly different. It's more cherry, less grapey. Apples and papayas, yep, those were hookups from Dark last year for 420.
Yep. And the funk in the trunk.
Yeah, and everybody should have got them too. Everybody should have got them. We had a few that got like sent back to us. That sucked, but it was like we resent them.
It happens. Okay, 10 minutes left, guys. 9 minutes left. 10 minutes left. 9 minutes. Yeah, about 9 minutes.
Let us know if you got any questions. Like I said, tap in on those Urkels. Fucking, they're crazy. I got some more dope freebies for Dark. They can be Urkel freebies that he can include for you guys. I don't know what it would be yet. Yeah, Purple Urkel bag seed, man. I'm the same way, dude. I was moving pounds of Urkel, and after enough time, I probably had like 8 to 10 seeds out of it. And I remember planting all of them at once, and it was one of my first growing experience. And I blew it because I planted all of them in one pot, thinking like, oh, we're just gonna up pot it later. And then they all got root bound, and it was just a big mess. My dad told me not to do it, but we're like young kids. We didn't have money for pots. We didn't think about using solo cups. So we just took a big pot and like put them all in there. And then you're like, we got like 500 fucking seeds going. Like, now what? Like, we still don't got money for pots. Fuck, we fucked up. You know what I mean? And try to finish them in there, and it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, sour dubs of Urkel. So the menu's on.
Is on the site, well.
Are we gonna add anything to
crazy? It's, how do I put it? My friend that is a sour diesel enthusiast will tell you, and a lot of guys will tell you, stop looking for sour diesel crosses and start looking for sour dub crosses, because to me it's the best sour diesel taste and high currently available in a breeding stock plant that actually is available. If you know, you know. So I know the sour diesel, grown it for a long time. It was amazing. It kind of fell off. We do have some Fire D crosses that I feel are better than the original Sour D, just because the Fire D cut's better. And it's like some old moms, they get to the point where they just need to be bred with, and you got to pick something. And that old mom's still useful, but it's kind of like it's fading out. You know, it's just not there anymore. And that's kind of how I feel on the sour. So sour dub all day, sour dub Urkel. You should fucking, I shouldn't have to pull your leg. He shouldn't have to fucking pull your leg. It should be like, yo, yeah, I want 2 of those. I want 2 of the Widows. I want one of this, $100, check out, check. You're like, yeah, I just got like $1,000 of genetics for fucking $100.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yo,
like
5 packs, man. 5 packs, $100. You guys
and I
pick
don't know
your
if a lot
pack.
of you guys remember this. We were charging $150, $200 a pack, and we were selling out. And the reason that we chose to lower the price is I talked to a lot of my homies that knew me before we ever sold seeds, and they all told me the same shit. And they were like, yo, even if it's a super killer pack, it's hard for me to come out of pocket this amount of dollars on some seeds, you know? If it's under $80, they're like, yo, I can jump on that shit, you know? And it's like, it's real life though. If you got, 2, 3 kids, a wife, bills, you know what I mean? Yeah, they all 12 packs, no half pack bullshit. We guarantee the beans. If they don't pop, we'll replace it. It's a win-win for everybody. And we're trying to offer like a thing that I don't think other breeders have ever offered. We're talking the life of the company, meaning as long as we're in business, if you guys have an 808 pack, it don't pop, we'll replace it. I can't guarantee it'll be the same pack you got based off of availability, So that's my idea, is like to try to create what I consider like the greatest genetic legacy possible. And to do that, I'm like, what are the things that frustrate me? Breeders not replacing packs, breeders not giving me like answers when I'm trying to ask about shit.
Let me just say the doggone. I just want you to know there's 5 bundles. It's not just a pack. You get to choose your 5 packs from that menu. So all you have to do is read the instructions, put the order number in the notes. The pack number in the notes. You get 5 packs. 5 packs for $100. There's only 5 bundles. We'll figure it out once those 5 are gone, but that's what's there right now. So I would say jump on those 5
jump
bundles.
on it because I think there's only 5 of those available, and I told him if he gets rid of the first 5, we'll put up 5 more, but that'll be a wrap after that. It was a limited menu.
Yeah. 5 packs, $100. 5 packs. You get to choose your packs. There's nine options, so you get to choose your packs. You can't choose any pack more than one. You could read the instructions.
I think they can get 2. I think they can get 2.
Yeah, 2. You can get 2. If you choose number 1, you could only get 2. You can't get 5 number 1s. You could only get 2 number 1s. But it's 5 packs, $100. You'll see the options on there. They're 12 seeds a pack, and there's only 5 available right now. Bundles. Not just
if you guys sell that out right now, then I'll offer Dark. We got the purple, I think it's called the Purple Nurples, the Purple Urkel BX5, the pure line. So that's something we don't really want to let out there, but we could offer that to Dark to put up a limited amount of packs. Great for breeders or just enthusiasts of those pure indicas that stay more squat and just what I represent as what I call 80% indica, which most genetics these days, it's like a mix. You're going to see more in that 70-30, 60-40 range. You don't really see pure indicas in that high, like 80 percentile range anymore.
And there's a site right there for anybody that doesn't know. It's real simple, darkstargenetics.com. Go hit it up. It's so everything's backwards, bro. It's so weird. Right? Yeah, it's backwards.
You gotta just like go with it and just like imagine like a green screen. Like I can't get my fingers at the same height because the camera is tilted and then it looks weird.
It's so weird. I go to point like and I have to point the opposite direction. It's whack. Okay, so listen, guys. We
got 4 minutes.
4 minutes. You guys have any questions about the Purple Urkel menu? Listen, we also put, and we really don't have time to get into it, but we put some of the other menu up there as well. So you guys are going to see 3 different options to pick your own bundle, 5-pack bundle. The Cherry Pipe BX4 menu's up there as well. So I would say,
if you guys grab all 3 bundles from Dark, I'll throw in, because what's that? They spend $300 to get all 3, right?
Yeah.
I'll throw in the Purple Urkel BX5. That'll be just like, you get them all, I'll throw in that.
Okay, and make sure you guys understand that. So, yeah.
If you get all 3 bundles from Dark, we'll throw in the Purple Nurples, aka Purple Urkel BX5 pack on the house, which honestly is a $250 pack. So there you go. Basically getting that pack at cost, because I don't think I've even sold it to anyone at this point.
And that's where we're at. So go check out the site, you guys. The site is right there. Go pick up those bundles. Do yourself a favor. You know, you really, really cannot you can't find a better deal. I feel like you just can't. 5
And if you
packs.
still got the Sherman Runs bundle, you should get that too.
Yeah, there's still a Sherman Runs bundle up there as well. So
just know we're steady putting in work, you know, like that's what we're about. And we're about giving people the option to get genetics at a fair rate to where they're not worried about like the cost. Like you already got to worry about the cost of your house, the cost of your food, the cost of everything else in life. You don't got to worry about your pack price. You can be like, yo, I got 5 things to choose from. And then you'll go,
Right.
yo, this is like actually better than the $100 or the $200 pack. And it cost me $20. And you're going to be like, yeah, run that back.
exactly. You cannot go wrong, man. You just can't. And the dog patch menu is up there as well. Just know that. And that's the Chem 91.
That shit's going fast. The gas can's going to sell out. The deadhead chem's going to sell out. Grab them up. Grab them up. Trust me. And
Go grab them up, yo.
vigorous as fuck. Like the deadhead chems are so vigorous. It's like probably the most vigorous seed stock we've ever seen.
Let's go. Spanish Dre in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up to everybody? Isn't there an 808 Fem drop in the future coming soon? I thought I heard that. Someone. Okay.
So there is a Fem drop coming 2025. It's either going to be a sugar tits reversal or a GMO BX4 reversal. We're not sure yet.
All right, y'all.
But we're planning to do both in the calendar year of 2025. And shout out to Dark for having me on. Big bless to everybody who supports us.
I appreciate you jumping on.
We're all
much love to everybody. Much love to everybody, bro. I appreciate you guys. Fems, Cherry Pie Fems. We'll see. You put that stuff in his ear, you know.
Cherry Pie is a Hermy plant. We could do it off of the BX4. We could do it off of the BX4 or the BX3. It's just you're playing with. We would have to give a Herm warning disclosure on that seed stock, and if people really wanted us to do it, we could do it. So
hey, I'm gonna try to come back next week with the
Ricky
show. The Ricky show. So just keep an eye out. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Much love. Y'all stay safe. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jake. Have a good night, brother.
Much love, you guys.
Out of here. Good night, y'all.